Cam's on. Here we are. Morning, people. It is Tuesday, the 10th of December. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And as always, you're hosted by the best. We'll introduce ourselves.
It's your boy, 6 foot plus of pure temptation, Big Miles from the east side of the bridge. Good morning, people.
As always, your favorite shade queen, my own royalty. And Brent is here as well.
Good morning. Hashtag free Sally.
Hashtag free, as we say, three Sally. All right. I don't even know what all of this was about. I don't know. I was committed to the number 3, so I just thought I'd just throw other gang signs up. But no, free Sally, man. I can't believe you did that to the boy in his first ever appearance.
I told you, I saw him fighting for his life.
But you know what? He looked very calm through it. Because you know, like sometimes we have people on the phones all the time and whatnot, and sometimes at one question, people are hot and bothered and sweating and stuttering and over the words and whatnot. I think Sally was very calm considering all the guns pointed at him. I think he was very calm, actually.
Sometimes there's no point panicking when you know
there's
you're
no point.
dead. You know, you're
got
driving towards your death.
You got to breathe.
Let Jesus
That's
take
why I
the
do
wheel.
yoga. When we're doing the balance challenge and I feel like I'm about to fall over, I just breathe. And it really keeps you standing up. So I feel like he just for her.
But Emmanuel never gets flustered when it is that there are 20 against 1.
He does. His voice starts to raise and...
Oh, serious?
He does.
You know, he's composed.
He doesn't back down enough.
He doesn't back down.
He's got a bit...
Hot and bothered.
Sometimes.
Like, sometimes I can see like he's hot.
Especially when you're not helping back there stirring the spoon.
Yeah, when you're when you're in there saying, no. And you're questioning why he said, yeah. That will do it. That will do it. But I didn't know Sally was Ghanaian. Is it Ghanaian?
That's where you got the patience from, innit?
Yeah, that's fair, actually, to be fair.
Was that Ghanaian thing?
Yeah, Ghanaians are very patient. But like annoyingly so, though. It's like, come on.
Well, I think he did well yesterday.
I think he did.
I mean, obviously, some of the things that he said were wild, but I had a quick chat with him afterwards, and I think I understood where he was coming from, as in how his mind works. But then I had to basically give him a few examples to show him how what he was saying was being interpreted. And I think he got it. Like, he really got it. But I did say that people are going to love to hate him and hate to love him after a while.
Yeah.
He's going to win them over.
And you know he came here to sell a segment.
What?
A motivational segment or something like that. Saleh says. And that was the introduction people had to him. But to be fair, I did think he can't audition for you got to give it to him now, after everything he went through.
Yeah, I can't just collect like accolades just because you have sympathy for him.
Who, me?
That's not how it works.
No, but you said to him, you gave him the audition. You gave him the role.
No, I get a trial run.
But that didn't sound like a trial, I promise you.
No,
From the receiving end of watching the show, I was like, because I even said, like after everything is done, he's been through, you just thought, okay, do you know what? Here you go.
Do you know many Salehs at all? Like,
I only know
happy-go-lucky.
Have a fantastic day kind of Saleh.
Yeah, man. Like, he's very like upbeat, optimistic. He sees the world in a bright and hopeful way. And obviously, all lives matter in that, you know? Progressive thinking. I mean, equal opportunity. I mean, I don't want to walk around as a black man having any sort of quote unquote get out of jail card, right? So let me call my people racist for loving ourselves. I don't know, man.
I don't know where you're going with this because you started to say you don't know any happy-go-lucky.
Do you have any friends who are full of energy and life?
I don't have any friends that are all life
joy
matters.
And peace and love.
I have
for
that.
everybody.
I have that, but I don't have any friends that are all lives matter.
Are serious?
That's wild.
Hashtag all lives matter, man.
That's good.
Hashtag all lives
I guess I gotta
matter.
take you out of friends list. Nah, anyway, sorry, but I can't. I would never buy the sentiment of all lives matter, because nobody said all lives don't matter. It's that a particular set of lives are killed more than the other lives. So by default, all lives do matter, because all the other lives that are not in the hashtag we're talking about enjoy benefits of being alive.
Correct me if I'm wrong,
Go on.
but didn't he say that he fell in love with a few black girls after Ivanka, but they wouldn't love him
Trump?
back? No.
Oh, that's his ex's name.
Yeah.
So you just thought
His
his
ex's
ex's
girl is
name was
Ivanka.
Russian.
No, and her name's Ivanka.
No, she's Russian though.
She just happens to be Russian, but
She doesn't happen to be Russian. Ivanka's a Russian name.
All right, she happens to be called Ivanka,
Yeah.
but she's Russian.
She happens to be Saleh. That's the happenstance there.
Yeah, and allegedly she used to beat him up a bit. Just
Are
a
you
little
saying
bit.
that? Did she say that though? Did he say that?
He said that.
Oh, did he? Oh, that's
yeah.
horrible.
He said only later on when he went to therapy did he know it was abuse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at the time
that took a
he
dark
just saw
turn.
it as she was just frustrated that he lied.
That's sad. So,
You know, but yeah, so he was giving love to a lot of black women after the fact.
yeah, but then Ebony said that he just wanted to have sex with them. He didn't commit to them.
But what does that mean?
Because basically, some people
So-
who react, they like what they like
if
here.
I'm pro-black, I
a fetish
can't
thing.
have like Tinder dates
But I
with
think
black
yeah,
women.
No, you can. So basically, there's some black men here, for example, who like black women. Like they want to settle down with a black woman, they want black family. However, they will dabble in Caucasians, but they will say that they will never ever wife her. They will never see them more as just a link. That's not right. That's basically you just like that's you just objectifying somebody.
It's not
and
right.
It's not right.
That's the game.
No, don't.
What? How can it not be right? What's wrong with it?
Because you can't just fetishize people.
It's not
and-
fetishising people. You said people have their preferences.
It
If
is
people want
though.
to put down their roots and have their things, if they want, what do you mean? So because they want a black wifey or black babies and stuff,
Yeah.
they can't never chop no one else.
No, not that you can't, but if you go out with, because it's not a thing where you're like, I'm gonna meet people and see who I fall in love with, blah blah blah. You're totally against ever forming some kind of family relationship with this race, and
Yeah,
so all
that's
you
for
ever
the-
do
that's
is
for the-
sleep with this race.
Yeah, but that's for the people that's receiving that. That's for the
Nah,
races
man.
to decide whether they want to be with that or not. The problem is men say that stuff, but then they don't live their raps. You know what I'm trying to say? Because they be sleeping with people unprotected and stuff, be having all kind of babies and rest of the test. So they're not
They're
really,
having all kind of babies.
no, so they're not really sticking true
Yeah.
to their word. You get me? But if they was, like you been saying, when people have their preferences, they're allowed to
Nah,
like
man,
what
I
they
don't think
like. What's the problem with that?
I think it's a problematic preference. If you only ever see a certain type of people, so say for example you're a black guy and you say you want to end up with a white woman or whatever, but you don't mind sleeping with black women, like these people you will only ever sleep with them. That's wild.
But bear in mind, this is not what he is saying. We're arguing something that he never said.
Basically, it was just a thing where he hadn't he's only had one girlfriend to be fair, which is fair.
When he was young, by the way.
Yeah, but in young
When he
to
didn't
like
know any
uni.
better. And bear in mind,
They're
he's
together
a-
for like 12 years, something crazy like that.
He's a different type of black. Why I say that? Wait a minute. And God willing, like he comes on later and he jumps on
I don't
Discord,
know if
right?
he wants to do all of that today.
As I said, we had a conversation after the show yesterday, right? And he said he should have said something and he forgot to say it, right? So I feel as though he was basically telling me I could say it today. So
No. Do you know, I don't. Sorry, I have no horses in
give
space.
me an
Go on.
example, right? That the other day, he was on the bus and he went to the back of the bus, the back of the bus, right?
Yeah.
And the next stop, he saw a group of black boys come on the bus. And he said,
Quickly go down.
compose yourself. He said he had to take off his watch and put it in his pocket. So what I'm saying is I think I understand where he's coming from, where he looks at black people and
He feels
he's observant.
danger. That's why he can't marry a black woman.
No, he
Because
can.
imagine when he has to go to the
He
barbecue,
can.
the family events. He feels like he's going to be outnumbered.
No, he can.
He can't, man.
It's just a certain type of black woman, 100%. 100%. But anyway, man, you're gonna be hearing a lot from Saleh. God willing, he's going to pass the trial with flying colours. I want you guys to support him, and and appreciate everything that he brings to the table. We love diversity of thought on this platform. This is what the New Black's all about. Come on, man. Hashtag free Saleh.
Hashtag free Saleh, man. Big up Saleh. How is everybody though?
I am good. I'm good. How about you?
I'm good, thank you.
Big pum pum.
Big. First of all, I'm so upset I answered. It sounds wild. Context: Margs gets called Big Pum, not me. Let's put that out there.
I put the camera in just in time.
Because you were like, how would I? So I thought you talking for me. It's like, I'm good, thank you. Then you said that. I thought, no, let's just clear this up right now. Do you know how wild that is to call someone that? Like, in what world is that? What? Anyway.
How long was you on for yesterday?
Too long, man.
They finished at 1:15.
No way.
I promise you, yeah. I promise you, because I know God looks after me every single day, but I've never felt the hand of God over my life more than I did yesterday. I would have left anyway. The longest episode that isn't Daryl's one didn't have one TDA host on it. Saleh.
That's crazy.
At one point, I was convinced Brent left the room because the Discord was just open, and obviously the camera's just on Saleh. I would have gone to make lunch. I would have gone and come back. Lord knows.
Wait, who else was Saleh with? Gina
Gina left at 11.
Yeah, Gina did well, you know.
Of course she did.
Yeah, she did. Well.
I talked to her. She did. In many ways. You close your mouth. You close your mouth. No, excuse me. I do have a horse in this race. Please. It was Gina and Saleh. Gina left at 11. And then Gina messaged me like, what she said, you just believe they just finished. I said, girl.
Brent's bad, man.
The thing is,
you
and apparently,
weren't protecting him.
They're saying Brent set him up.
You know,
of course, he fed him to the
wolves.
wolves.
Them bars are crazy at several points.
I like how serious your face is going now.
In particular, I turned around and asked him, hey,
you don't have to do
it looks
this.
like you're being bullied right now. Do you want me to jump in? He's like, no, I'm good. And then he crossed his legs. so I don't know. I feel as though I offered him assistance 100%, and I didn't look to interrupt him when it is that he was going back and forth. I looked to moderate the discourse a little. Some people were talking over him, asking questions, and then when he was trying to get his shit out, didn't like it, so he shut it down. I jumped in. You understand? It'll be nice if it is the people who were on Saleh's side, who agreed with calling, black people racist, if it is that they support their own and love their own, would come in and support him. Gina just did try. She did come to his defense.
Did she?
Yeah, she did.
Well, she came to Ebony's defense.
Nah, she came to Saleh's defense. She did.
I didn't hear one person on Saleh's.
Oh, serious?
Maybe that's when I clocked out for a little bit.
Nah, Gina just was on
because I was yapping in other places.
Yeah, Gina just was on his side. But the conversation moved on so many different times, man.
Yeah, it was a lot, man.
The goalposts were moved so many different times.
It was silly.
And
honestly, I think I think it was such a pointless conversation.
In the end, right? Because if it is he
yeah,
likes the whites, leave him. Yeah.
And it was funny because at one point, all parties, Saleh included, everybody on the Discord, they didn't know what they were talking about.
Yeah, precisely.
And they were just quiet. They were like, oh, but then wasn't it this? And I just said, yeah, man, this is why I would look at the cameras ages ago.
Precisely.
I promise you, that episode, if I was in here yesterday and I had stayed to the end, I promise you there'll be no Tuesday episode. Like, I promise you, for Tuesday, go back and do the other part of the Monday episode. Because that was wild.
But what I must say is the people who tune in on the replay, you all miss the live chat, The live chat is where it's at.
Was unruly.
The whole basis of the interaction with this community, it goes off in the live chat.
Yeah.
That's where community is being built. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You guys are not getting the vibe, the energy. It's like being a pen game in the audience on stage.
So in real time.
Hashtag free Saleh, man.
Free Saleh, man.
Free Saleh, man. You'll never let me hate that guy.
I don't know.
Never gonna let me hate that guy.
I think that's I don't say that anymore. You could have shown me. People keep showing their ass.
God damn it.
Is the topic of the day the right topic of the day?
It is.
All right, well,
it is.
That's majority of Word and Road.
This is it.
So, yeah, we will get there when we get there. It's a lot to go through.
Shit.
Very interesting. But yeah, let's get into our headlines.
No, until proven otherwise.
All right. So the first headline, UK pauses decisions on Syrian asylum claims. The UK has paused decisions on Syrian asylum claims after the country's president, Bashar al-Assad, was overthrown. Home Secretary Yvette Cooper said the situation was moving extremely fast after the fall of the Assad regime, and some people were returning to Syria following recent developments. Islamist militant group Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, HTS from now on, and allied rebel fractions seized control of the Syrian capital Damascus on Sunday after years of civil war. UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer has welcomed the end of Assad's barbaric regime in Syria and called for the restoration of peace and stability. Germany, France and Sweden are among the countries which have also paused all pending asylum requests from Syrians, while Austria has signalled it will soon deport refugees back to the country. They didn't even let them build things back. Millions of Syrians have fled the country since the civil war broke out in 2011 after Assad brutally crushed a pro-democracy uprising. That must be so exciting for them. Next headline, still on Syria. Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer says no decision has been made yet on whether the UK government could remove Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, HTS, from a list of banned terrorist groups after the rebels led the overthrow of Bashar al-Assad in Syria. HTS was proscribed as a terror organisation in the UK after being added as an alias of Al-Qaeda in 2017, meaning the UK cannot have any communication with the group. Speaking in Saudi Arabia, the Prime Minister said, "We have to work to make sure this is a peaceful opportunity for Syria. We have all seen in other parts of history where we think there is a turning point. It turns out not necessarily to be the better future that we hope for," Sir Keir Starmer added. "We've got to make sure this is different." Separately, Foreign Secretary David Lammy told the Commons that the UK will Why did I say Hajj? Because I was thinking of HTS. Will judge HTS. Judge is what I was going for, you know. David Lammy told the Commons that the UK will judge HTS by their actions, monitoring closely how they and other parties to this conflict treat all civilians in areas they control. Still on Syria, our last headline in the segment, Israel launched a barrage of military strikes in numerous locations in Syria on Monday, including the destruction of dozens of planes, helicopters and other equipment at least three Syrian army bases. Kamishli Air Base in northeast Syria, the Shinsha base in the countryside near Homs and Akbar Airport, southwest of Damascus, were all hit, Reuters reported. Meanwhile, a series of explosions was heard in various suburbs of Damascus, where Israel has been targeting facilities linked to Iranian and Syrian production of missiles and chemical weapons, and a center for electronic warfare in the Sayyida Zainab suburb. In a letter to the 50-member United Nations Security Council, which was meeting Monday afternoon to discuss developments in Syria following Sunday's toppling of President Bashar al-Assad, Israel insisted its actions were limited and temporary measures to protect its citizens, particularly in the Golan Heights that border Syria. Israel is not intervening in the ongoing conflict between Syrian armed groups. Our actions are solely focused on safeguarding our security, Israel's ambassador to the UN, Danny Danon, wrote. I find it so interesting, like how there's just been wars going on, especially in these regions since biblical times. Like it actually blows my mind. Like, talk about a generational curse.
More so principalities.
Do you think it's principalities?
Yeah. Just like how you're always going to have like war and death in Chirac.
Yeah.
It's the spiritual
man.
influence on that particular region.
Those areas, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our What You Saying topic of the day. All right, so today we're going to be talking about Jay-Z. As I said, it kind of goes into Word on Road. So what I will do is give you guys the context of everything I have in Word on Road. And then we can talk about we can delve into the topic of Jay-Z versus the court of public opinion, truth, lies, or extortion. While I do say the story or the context, Brent, if you could please have the trigger warning.
Okay.
Sign up. So, context. So you guys remember that a couple of months ago, there was a lawyer who had about 120 clients of Diddy's, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, obviously we didn't know. We just knew that a lot of them were about sexual assaults at the hands of Diddy, allegedly. And there was a lot of word that the youngest person that come forward was 13 at the time of the abuse. So this lawsuit against Jay-Z isn't a new one. It's basically that situation. So initially, when that lawsuit was, when we knew about that lawsuit, it had, the only person's name it had on there was Diddy's name. And it had Celebrity A and Celebrity B, and it's got like other people on there, but they're all just unmarked people, right? So basically, Celebrity A now, over the weekend, has now been confirmed to be Jay-Z. And the girl's lawyer, Jane Doe's lawyer, is, we don't know the girl's identity, so she's going by Jane Doe. Her lawyer is Tony Busby.
Yep.
Which has been interesting because people are obviously trying to say he's just kind of discrediting him. But what he's most known for, that people will know if you're in pop culture, is he represented the victims of the Astroworld, the lawsuit, the Astroworld situation that happened. Cool. So basically, over the weekend, Jay-Z was named as Celebrity A. And essentially, the context of what was happening and the allegations against him is that there was this 13-year-old girl who wanted to go to a VMA party. This was in 2010 or 2000. I think it's 2000, it's in the low 20s. But basically, yeah, wanted to go to the VMAs. And her friend, she said her friend dropped her off on there. She didn't have a ticket. She was outside with all the other people, all the other fans and whatever, trying to see if she could blab her way into the VMAs. She wasn't able to. So after that, she thought she had a brilliant idea to then go and, obviously, all the limousines are parked, celebrities' cars. She then went to ask each one to see if anyone can give her access to it. She then meets this driver who claims that he is Diddy's driver, and actually says that Diddy likes girls like her. So what he can do, he can't get into VMAs, but what he can do is get her into the after party. But he says that obviously he's got to, when the show is done, he's got to drive the Diddy and all the whatever people back to where they're going, and then he will come back and pick her up. So he said, come back here, and if you're here, then I will give you a ride to the place. All right, she's very excited because she's going to the VMA after party, going to be around celebrities or whatever. So then he does come back, picks her up. She goes, says she just obviously just going on the way. She remembers a massive, this White House opening. There's got like a U garden or whatever it was. Blah, blah, blah. She gets in the party. Cool. She says in the party, she can see people doing different drugs and blah, blah, and drinking, obviously, that kind of stuff. She sees a lot of celebrities. She's having conversations with people where she can here and there, and whatever the case is. She takes a drink. When she takes a drink, she starts to feel a bit lightheaded and whatever. So she's like, I'm going to go and just try and see if I can lie down because she's feeling a bit drunk or whatever. So then she finds an empty room, lays in there, whatever the case is. When she's in there in the room now, laying down, she says that Diddy comes in. Diddy and allegedly Jay-Z and a female celebrity who is Celebrity B, who we don't know their name. So apparently they come in, and then Diddy basically says, oh, you're ready to party, basically. She doesn't understand what's happening. Before she knows, allegedly Jay-Z's pinned her down and has raped her. And then Diddy also did the same thing. And she said that throughout the time, Celebrity B, the woman, was watching. So when Jay-Z was raped her, Diddy and the female celebrity were watching. When Diddy was raping her, Jay-Z and... So it was just that kind of situation going on. So then she said that happened, and then she was fighting back, and then she punched Diddy. But then she said he was taken aback by that, and so she just quickly grabbed her clothes or whatever and ran out. Was trying to find the exit of the party. She said as she was running out, people didn't really even take notice of her. Like, no one came to help her. Obviously, people see her, but no one was like, oh, what's wrong or anything like that. So she said she managed to run out and try to trace her way back the way the limo had taken her, or the car had taken her. And she then found a petrol station, something like that. And then she was basically able to call her dad. Called her dad and basically had to say to her dad, basically, I lied about where I was going. This is where I've been, blah, 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 blah. That's what's happened. So, obviously, when the lawsuit was initially filed 2 months ago, it didn't have Jay-Z's name on. So Tony Busby, who is the girl's lawyer, is basically saying that, actually, before I get there, when it was announced, did you read the statement yesterday?
Jay-Z's, yeah.
Yeah, you read the statement. Yeah, so basically he released a statement through Rock Nation, just denying all the claims, calling Tony Busby, he wants money. This is all silly, blah, 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 blah. A full statement. It's available online if you want to check it out. Apparently they put one out, deleted it, then put a longer one out. Cool, did that. So basically, Tony Busby then responded to that because obviously Jay-Z questioned the fact that he's a Marine. And obviously in America, they take veterans very, very serious. Like, you're meant to be very, just great character, integrity, blah, blah, blah. So he posted a picture of him as a platoon commander. And the caption says, recognize this guy. This is a picture of the weapons platoon commander, Alpha Company, 1st Battalion, 4th Marines from our old Western Pacific cruise book. Despite a coordinated and aggressive effort that has included harassing my kids, contacting my clients and former clients to encourage them to sue me, contacting my colleagues or former employees asking if I've abused them, showing up at my current employees' homes to harass them, filing frivolous cases against me and my law firm, defaming me with outrageous assertions to anyone who will listen, and having mysterious people follow me and my family, I'm still that guy. I won't be bullied or intimidated. People will see through this effort to discredit me and my clients, and the truth will be revealed. I also wouldn't allow anyone to scare my clients into silence. Sunlight is the best disinfectant, and I am quite certain the sun is coming. So this was his response to Jay-Z's statement. And apparently what actually was that they tried to have a private conversation, a private mediation with Jay-Z about the lawsuit when they originally filed it as Celebrity A. But apparently what happened was that it went left. It went left in that Tony was allegedly being harassed. The plaintiff was allegedly being harassed. Their families were being harassed. Ex-employees were being harassed. Like, it was just a full harassment, essentially to threaten them and to silence them, which is why then the plaintiff said, you know what, put his name out there. So they weren't going to put his name out there originally, or they were trying to just see what they could sort out privately because, again, Diddy is the focus. But then because they were allegedly being harassed by Jay-Z, his lawyers or whatever, and having people follow them and all that kind of stuff, trying to intentionally, they're saying, intimidate them. That's why they've gone on to show that they will not be harassed and they will not be silenced. And that's why they've gone on to then put his name out there. Also then, the most latest thing is that Jay-Z now has filed a counter lawsuit, and he's basically asking the judge for Jane Doe's identity to be revealed. So obviously she's going by Jane Doe. So the reason why a lot of Tony Busby's clients in the 120 that he told us about, approximately 120, a lot of them are anonymous at the moment because they said that they have previously allegedly been threatened by Diddy, and their families have been threatened. They've been harassed and threatened by him, so they don't feel safe putting out there given what he may do before justice, they believe, is served, right? So obviously that's why this lady is known as Jane Doe. So obviously now Jay-Z is saying that, Jay-Z is basically asking the judge for her to be unmasked. And his lawyer said, hold on, where is it? Where is it? So basically he's saying that his lawyer's saying that Jay-Z is obviously innocent and this is a shakedown, and they also as well are wanting the judge to schedule a expedited hearing so that both parties can explain why it is that they want the plaintiff's identity to be anonymous, basically. And they're saying that the anonymity they just want almost like they just want her identity out there. Essentially, if this is true, put the identity out there so that we know it will give credibility to these accusations against them, basically. And obviously, Tony Busby is saying that there's a reason why the identities are not being revealed. So that's what's happening. Is that everything? I think I've said everything. I think I have.
So when Diddy was first accused and they had the paperwork with the redacted or the Celebrity A, Celebrity B, whatever on it. Yeah. That lawyer contacted the celebrities that are on there to see if it is that they want to basically settle. Yes. Let's just say mediate.
Yeah, but I don't know if he did. Well, actually, they would have done all the celebrities to fair because they're saying that, they did that.
In my mind, they would have contacted them, right?
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry, and I'm also hearing apparently some of them have. Apparently, some of the other celebrities have settled.
Yeah. And off the back of now hearing that his name is now being mentioned in this particular case, he's decided to basically start harassing them allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
All right then, and that's why his name was then added afterwards. So
Yes.
the reason why his name wasn't on it before. It was just a placeholder as Celebrity A.
Yeah.
And after he's done this, that, and the next, obviously this lawyer is now taking it as an aggressive response. And he's like, all right, there's no negotiating with you.
Yeah, the plaintiff
Here's your
actually
name.
is the one who was like, do you know what?
Let me change that Celebrity A to
Put his name out there.
All right, then. So essentially, his name was really on there in the first place.
Yes, basically. Okay. And then it's interesting because that, obviously, he released a statement quicker than Diddy paid, settled the lawsuit with Cassie.
Yeah.
So it's because they would have known it's coming. The same way when Diddy got arrested that time and all that stuff. Like, with these things, typically you do know it's coming.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so I have a question, right? Harassment, right? If you're an innocent man, if all of those alleged harassment claims are accurate, what does that say? If all the alleged harassment claims are accurate, does an innocent man do those things?
Would an innocent man do those things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it just be seen as him looking to find out information on his enemy?
Fight fire with fire, innit? What else am I supposed to do?
Is that how it is? Yeah?
I don't know, but it's called harassment because you don't like it. He's digging up dirt or trying to find ammunition or just trying to put himself in a position to defend himself. And you're on the receiving end of it. That's why it's called harassment. But he don't care. Because if it's not true, I don't care what you are saying. I'll harass you till the day you die. I'm going to pattern up while I'm patterning up, innit? You're just receiving it like that because you're on the receiving end of it. So,
and that's kind of what it is. I want to ascertain whether you've just labeled it harassment because the activity that their investigators are basically doing is kind of like frustrating your life.
But then what's the line though? Because if you have a claim with somebody and then now, because it's not a thing where he was quote unquote harassing the lawyer and harassing the plaintiff. It's their families. It's people that know them. It's their workers.
Everybody.
It's everyone that's.
That's the point.
This is what I'm saying.
That's what comes with messing with me. If I've got the money and the means and the resources, and you come for me, you are all done. I'm saying.
Say done, what do you mean? Because there's
not like that. But I'm saying.
And then I'm saying intimidation.
I'm saying I would send if I've got the means and the resources. I'm sending my PIs and my lawyers and my everybody everywhere.
Okay.
I'm not leaving no stone unturned. So your mum, your dad, your auntie, the people you work with, I'm going crazy if I can afford to do it. You know what I'm trying to say? Because not everybody's got them resources.
You're defining harassment.
Yeah, but it's cool though. That's fine though. But because I'm being harassed now as well. I'm in the public eye, and everybody's messaging me saying all these kind of things.
Yeah.
Like my reputation's already been tarnished before we even had the chance to have a day in court or whatever. So I'm being harassed too.
But mind you, the harassment was before they publicly named you. The harassment was happening when we were talking to you one-on-one.
Yeah.
That basically this is the claim that's been made against you. Can you come in for a sit down, a mediation? Let's talk. Obviously, I don't know exactly what a legal mediation. I don't know if you've got lawyers in the community, what like a legal mediation looks like.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go as far as saying that just means settling. I think it's more of okay. These are the charges, and then we can then move forward. They could have moved forward this quietly, but the harassment behind the scenes is what made it become. Also, as well, there was basically a lawsuit filed against Tony Busby a while ago.
Yeah.
And it's by John Doe, right?
Yep.
So the person decided to be anonymous. Tony Busby thinks that was Jay-Z because essentially the person was filing for basically calling him a liar and just like legally harassing him and making false claims and stuff like that. So. But we don't know who it is. Tony doesn't know who he is. But he's now saying through all of this happening, he thinks is Jay-Z. But he's like, how can you say you want this girl's identity out there, but you allegedly have basically filed secret lawsuits against me?
Yeah.
Trying to, do you know what I mean? So If you're going to show, you need to lead by example kind of thing.
But you can't prove that it was Jay-Z.
You can't, to be fair.
That
But
don't make sense.
it ain't Diddy.
It could be.
That don't make
To
sense.
be fair, it could be.
If you don't want to do this stuff, tell the truth and shame the devil, innit? Like, if everything what you're saying is true, let's have it. Like, what are you like? Why can some anonymous person say anything that they want about me?
But he knows who he is, though. That's the thing.
Who?
Jay-Z would know who he is.
You would just, I don't know how. If
it's
not,
the lawyer did say that he was also harassing.
Yeah,
the person.
Yeah. So he wants the world to know who he is.
Yeah, so it's a level playing field, isn't it? If this is what we're gonna do, this is what you don't want to do, then let's do it, innit? Why could some anonymous person be allowed to say whatever they want about me and my character be just ruined and all over the public eye and all this kind of stuff? I'm in the public eye, everybody knows me. So if this is real, and this is what you are doing, then let's do it. Let's play it out in court, in public. Just tell me what I've done. Tell me who I've done it to. I don't think that's unreasonable.
I don't think it's unreasonable if it's just legal, quote unquote, legal harassment, as just said just now. I think that my understanding of legal harassment can just be an inconvenience for whoever, and it's done legally, right? You send a PI, try to get as much information as possible, canvass your neighbors and your friends and this, that, and that to see how much you can
Go through
get.
the black bags.
I could understand all of that because all of that is legal. The rubbish is not legal. I don't think. I don't know. I have no clue. But the bin men can take your rubbish. Why can't I take your rubbish? Right? But if it bleeds into intimidation, that's the illegality of it.
Well, if you're trying to intimidate someone, it's for a reason. If you're trying to intimidate someone to stop talking, then there's a presumption of guilt there.
Yes, and if they're hitting up his children too, then that's interesting. That isn't, and I didn't expect anything other than what Jay-Z did with his statement.
Yeah,
he came out swinging, right? Even tried to evoke, "This isn't what we do in the hood." See what I'm saying? I don't know if it's the engender the culture to back him.
Well, that statement wasn't received well by a lot of people.
No, saying I'm a young boy. He said I'm a young boy from the projects.
Because he allegedly he did some things when he was younger.
How did you find his response?
His response? I thought I didn't expect anything else. But I'm like, oh no.
It's funny because all the PR people keep saying this is terrible. They're saying for a PR.
This is kind of like what Diddy did.
This is the worst statement. But that's the thing. I feel like people will always do that. Like people would always obviously defend themselves, and people are saying Diddy's situation also obviously started as a civil lawsuit, and then the government is the state is the one that then said we're going to pursue this criminally. So this could also start as a civil, but he's named in somebody else's thing. Can I just say as well though? Because obviously Jay-Z, Diddy, and R. Kelly were really, really good friends back in the day. Why does R. Kelly's name not come up in any of these?
Because he's in jail.
He didn't do nothing. He's just in jail.
He wasn't involved in those cases.
To be fair, maybe
he had his own.
He's on his own, yeah, fair.
Kept stuff to himself.
Genuine question. Was Jay-Z harassing the alleged victim or the attorney and his reputation, employees and clients outside of this case? I will find that. I do have a screenshot somewhere of the details of who he was harassing. I just need to find it.
I don't know. It's them things with them statements and all the kind of things. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Basically,
people are always going to say something. Everybody should have the right to defend themselves and all that. How people receive it or whatever is on them. But it's weird with this stuff, man. That's why I think the person's name should be out there, and even like these civil cases, it should be criminal cases. It should be in court. It should be done properly, just so we can put it to bed properly. Because the internet's a cruel place, and people say all kinds of things, make up whatever they want, perceive things however they want, say things, and enough people say it, it's deemed true, even when it's not. Like, and that's.
I hear you what you're saying. I agree in large parts. But there's certain cases where the legal system, they protect higher ups. It's so woven, intricately woven, that it would never get to that particular stage, right? Whether it is you're cutting off media, publications and this, that, and X, media reports, sorry. Because look at Epstein. He'd been flying in the face of everybody for time. And it's not just Epstein, the other guy. Weinstein. That's the fella. And it took a public statement to now start saying, all right, let's investigate this. Went wildfire. We even turned into a movement.
Yeah, but it was people standing on business. Like, it was people that was prepared to step out and whatnot. The anonymous stuff weren't working. It wasn't until people was actually standing on business.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
As in, don't do a Jane Doe thing. Yeah. Charlene.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then I get that, and that does make sense. But I think the reason why is, again, because these people have been, they're legend. They've been threatened by Diddy before.
That's
so
cool.
It's not a thing where I'm remain anonymous for Jay-Z. I remain anonymous for Diddy.
Yeah, but it's still, that's cool. But then the people are thinking in the court of public opinion, innit? Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, so for whatever, there's obviously got to protect people. There's laws and rules and that. But this is outside of the court of law. This is just on the internet. People chatting shit, and people make up their mind and presume people guilty.
I feel like you shouldn't care about things like that, though.
No, but you
It's
can't.
hard not to.
It's too detrimental when you've got millions and millions of people saying the same thing.
I hear that.
Of baseless claims of red and then once they make up their mind and then it's true and then that's it and then my career is that I'm gonna feel the brunt of it and it does. That's not fair. You get what I'm saying?
I hear you, but I feel like I hear you. I think that is fair if it was a thing where Jay-Z is about to release a project and is going to tank it and da-da-da-da-da. If it's a thing about keeping his deals and whatever, then that's where your lawyers need to be working behind the scenes. I feel like it's more a lot of working behind the scenes at the moment than you caring what TDA or whatever podcast has, or anybody else on the timeline has to say. They don't have any power to determine how this case goes factually or judicially. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but
so that's unfortunate because you're a celebrity. People talk about your life. Period. Every single area of life is talked about. But when it's something like this, I don't think you should be taking stances to try and change the public opinion when the public opinion is not what's going to find you guilty or not guilty.
That's guilty or not guilty, but God forbid, and hypothetically speaking, that means someone, allegedly, John Doe, could make up something totally fabricated about you. If it gets enough traction and enough people are talking about it and it affects what we're doing on the other side, someone's going to have a conversation with you and say, Esther, we need to cut ties here. And you're saying, what the fuck, guy? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
This is not even... I need to be able to defend myself. Who's saying these things? Like,
well, my thing is,
so people are out there saying this is crazy.
No,
in the name of fairness.
Absolutely, what you're saying makes sense. But then, how do you fight that though? How am I going to sit on the internet and at this person, at that person, at that person? That's not what's going to happen. Do you get me? So what I'm saying is, I feel like when it comes to stuff like this, absolutely the court of public opinion is. But again, the way fans are and stuff like that, they're fickle. Their attention is on this right now because it's Jay-Z and it's the biggest name, blah, 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 blah. But if someone else was to come out tomorrow about somebody else who is maybe on the same level as Jay-Z or even bigger than him, their attention's going to go there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like the focus should be more on proving that you're guilty and then also making sure that people are as loud because unfortunately with things like this, the T is when the accusations are loud, but when people are justified, and it's proven to be false or whatever, or they're not found guilty or whatever, it's not as loud. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I just feel like that's just where to pull your energy. I feel like if you focus on trying to fight public opinion, you're never going to win.
Yeah, no, it's not a case of I don't think it's just about fighting public opinion. I just think it's about whatever the public should be privy to all the information so they can form a proper opinion. Because people will form opinions of bullshit. And like I'm trying to say, there's like a...
Do you know what? Jay-Z's getting a lot of defense though. He's getting a lot more than Diddy got. But to answer Stacey's question quickly, sorry. So what they've said is, it's not harassment of the plaintiff. It's harassment, bullying and intimidation against the plaintiff's lawyers, their families, employees and former associates in an attempt to silence the plaintiff from naming Jay-Z, basically. So it's everybody around. And that's why obviously they've then done allegedly may have done a lawsuit to try and discredit Tony Busby as a lawyer and whatever. And also people keep saying that he does this a lot. Where's examples?
Who does this a lot? Tony Busby?
Yeah, because you know how Jay-Z wrote in his statement that, oh, you do this a lot, like this is what you do, blah, blah, blah. Where's the examples? Because everyone's just running with it and they're like, oh, he does this all the time. Where?
Well, maybe he does. Maybe he does represent these
kind of cases
against celebrities. Because I know there was a woman who does that also.
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah. And then that says, Diddy blew up Kid Cudi's car. If he can do that to someone who was already in the public eye, what will he do to a regular unknown civilian? they wouldn't hunt him down like they did the CEO killer, and that's why these people want their identities.
No, but stand on business.
Let me stand on business.
Martyrdom. If I'm coming out here, you got to be prepared to die for this shit. Or you're not serious. If it's a serious case, come up, say it. Whatever they do to me, the public will see. Then just proof of guilt is true, is facts. What are you talking about?
No,
you can't. If you're not prepared to make cases, and you're not prepared to stand on. This don't even make sense to me.
I know, because you are speaking from your spirit.
No, because if you're prepared to, why are you prepared to let these people get away with it? Somebody's got to sacrifice. If you're going to be the first whistleblower and the first in this thing, yeah. If his person's been doing this for a long time and everybody's been abusing people and whatnot, and and you've had enough, and you're going to stand up and you're going to stop this person. You're going to come out, put your name to it, and be that person, be the face of it. If they run you down and Diddy kills you, that's your business, not your business. But we'll see it, and then we'll know it's true that he's filled. You'll inspire more people to come out and say, "No, this man needs to be stopped." Because tell the truth and shame the devil. You can't hide behind none of this shit if this is happening. You got to tell the truth. You have to.
Do you think that everybody who has been abused, essayed, are just brave enough to come out and basically name their oppressor?
No, not everyone, but someone should be. They're not going to get stopped. This is horrible. It's a vicious cycle. Someone has to do it. Somebody has to do it. That's all I know.
I heard what you said. I'm now asking you a couple of questions.
Yeah, go on.
Right? Is it easy for everybody?
No one ever said it's easy. What's easy got to do with it?
Answer my questions.
Answer my questions.
It
don't have to be easy though. It's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. Everything that's going on is crazy. It's not supposed to be easy.
Have you ever seen anything in history where somebody has opened their mouths and they have been killed off the back of opening their mouths when something has been done to them? In history.
Maybe.
Especially in the black community.
There must be examples of
it. All right,
yeah.
So there are reasons as to why is that certain people wouldn't open their mouths, right?
Yeah, but you got to stand on this shit, man.
You are speaking
Everybody
as mad. The big pom-pom. You are not afraid of anybody.
It's not about being afraid.
If somebody has come and done something to you,
it's not about being afraid.
Want revenge.
You want your
pound of flesh.
It's not about being afraid.
What are you talking about?
It's about wrong and right.
What does that mean?
Everybody's not going to be that brave enough to do it.
There's also self-preservation.
Everybody's not going to be brave enough to do it. Everybody's not going to be brave enough to do it, but some people are. And the people
Thank you very much. So you've admitted.
And the people that are.
Everybody is not going to be brave enough to do it.
Exactly, but the people that are need to do it properly.
Don't you think that this particular procedure, her even putting her name to the lawyer, knowing they have to go through court, at some point in time,
it's not enough.
There's certain people who are going to know who she is.
It will remove all this discourse. It's not enough.
I don't even know what you're saying. I really don't know.
Put your name to it. That's what I'm saying.
There are procedures that you have to follow.
I'm saying put your name to it.
There are procedures, there are legal procedures you have to follow in these types of cases.
I'm not just saying in this case, I'm saying in all cases, in essay and everything, when you are coming for people, I know it's not easy. I know people go through things. I know you're scared. I'm saying put your name to it. I'm saying blow them up, tell the truth, and shame the devil across the board. Put your name to it.
Can we not focus on the case at hand?
But it doesn't change how I feel about everything
else.
Well,
then let's just focus on that. Forget about
and this is my sentiments towards the case.
So
if that's my sentiments in general, that's also going to be my sentiments towards this case. Put your name to it.
Question, because I know where you stand on this.
Yeah.
It's very clear.
Yeah.
You know where I stand on this?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't?
Mm-mm.
You just think I'm just asking questions to see if it is that you stand where you stand?
I don't know. I don't know where you stand, though. You haven't made a statement.
Well, I think that she has done... I don't know if it is that Jay-Z did this. This is all alleged, right? But I understand as to why it is certain people don't want to place their name out in the public, right? There are so many crazies out there. And there are also people who are paid by these particular celebrities. Once it is that you're identified, you're gone. Case is gone, right? I don't know why it is that it's so hard for you to comprehend this.
But then we'll see that. We'll know that. Remove the mask. We'll know that. We'll see that.
Let me get back to
the people that are here in our life will come for them and take them down.
I hear you.
The rest of us, the good people, will go and take them down.
What you said was clear. What did you say? A vigilante thing? What did you say? The rest of us will go and take them down? You're saying you're going to gather up your band of merry men to go and exact justice?
No, not like
this
that.
This is not even true.
It's not about revenge.
You're just speaking.
It's not a vigilante. It's, again, the court of public opinion, applying pressure on these people. You couldn't do that in the public eye.
Question.
You couldn't... Someone bring a case against them.
Question.
Yeah, and then you openly go and kill them. While this is all playing out in public, you're screwed.
Like I said, I know where you stand. I know where you stand. You don't have to basically continue. I know where you stand. It's very, very clear. It's understood. Why didn't Kid Cudi say anything when Izzy got his car blown up?
I don't know. But he should have as well. He just didn't want to risk his career. But that's what I say. You got to be prepared to risk it all.
For
justice.
So is it up to the person how their life is supposed to now be lived? If they want to do it or they don't want to do it. Is it up to them or is it up to you?
It's up to them.
So if they have chosen not to basically...
talk about it, yeah, then don't complain about nothing.
Oh, you're saying...
Kid Cudi, don't complain about your car and all them things that you didn't want to say nothing. What are you talking about? Now you want to come out after the fact. What are you talking about? You could have stopped this. You could have stopped other people's cars from blowing up. If you came out and said it and we addressed it, we could have stopped this man a long time ago. What are you talking about?
So you could care less about
most
them
things.
Looking to safeguard their family.
Sacrifice.
You can care less about that?
Sacrifice. Tough decisions.
Tell me something, Mags.
Mm-hmm.
If something was done to you, God forbid, and you knew if you said anything, and I know it's so weird that you're in this particular discussion with me, this discourse with me, and you abide by a no snitching culture. No snitch code, sorry.
No, I'll snitch. I'm not a civilian.
Don't give me clips, please.
Take the clips. I'm a civilian. I talk to the police.
Wait, is this the rebrand?
No, I'm just saying, I'm a civilian. I don't deal with no snitching. I'm not from the streets no more. I don't live by those codes. I'm not in the streets, so I don't give a shit about all that stuff.
All right, cool. If it is that you... well, you've just answered my question. If it is that you knew that, if it is that you spoke, then your family...
I'll do my best to protect them, but I'll tell my family, and I know what my family's like, will probably make the decision. It's like, no, we got to do this. We'll stand there. We're covered by the blood of Jesus, man. God's got this. We're going to face it head on. It's going to tell the truth, and we're going to shame the devil, wherever come what may.
I mean, it sounds like it's so easy to just look to...
It's not. We've got a good support system and a strong
go to the
family.
police. It sounds so easy to just speak the truth.
Nobody,
so easy.
You keep throwing words like easy in there. Nobody said it had to be easy. Nobody said it had to be easy.
Why are you getting on to them when it is that they're showing you it wasn't easy for a long time? And now they're seeing an opportunity where it is that they can now tell the truth. Why are you getting on to them?
I'm not getting on to nobody. We're having a conversation. Whatever you're doing in your spare time ain't my business. I don't give a shit about most people and most things. You know this. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm just telling you how I see things and what I'll do and what I think should happen. But no one has to agree with me. It don't matter. I'm putting no pressure on anybody like that. Like I said, it don't have to be easy. Of course, it's going to be hard. But what we're talking about, it's not what it's about. If you don't want this person to get away with this stuff, then we've got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to make the sacrifice. Somebody's got to do it, or they're not going to be stopped. You know what I'm saying? If you care enough to stop these people, then someone will do it.
So essentially, Cassie should have just
taken
everything, man.
Yeah.
Why are you opening up your mouth?
You know what's actually mad is that every time SA victims come forward, people call them lies anyway. Like whether you know their identity or you don't, a lot of people call them lies anyway.
There's a lot of people that support them too, though.
Absolutely, but like, I feel like if it was a thing where, like, when the narrative doesn't change when the person comes forward. Because when Cassie came forward, people called her a liar. People said, oh, she only wanted money. Why didn't she do a criminal war? People criticized it to the nth degree and said, oh, him searching doesn't mean he's guilty or whatever. Yes, he said around 24 hours, doesn't mean he's guilty or whatever. Then the video came out. Then it's like, oh.
Yeah, but all that's true, and you're definitely right, 100%. I'm not going to make you wrong. But even once I saw the video, I was even more of the mindset that she should have said something and brought a criminal case against this man and sent this man in prison.
But that's
even more so.
An individual, the individual can't bring...
You got proof that he actually done. Even more so, you should have sent this man. You should have got this man out of there. You should have done everything you can.
But that's not how abuse works.
I get it. I'm just telling you how I feel.
No, you don't get it.
I don't think you get it.
Fine, then I don't get it then, but that's still how I feel.
Yeah, I get that.
I get that. But that's in... anyone who's been abused in a lovely world would love to just open up and say, oh my gosh, this is what happened. That's not how it works. So in situations where it is that Diddy, what we've heard, he's been allegedly threatening people, threatening their lives, their livelihood, even his staff. People even said, oh yeah, he was enabled by people around him. Some of them were victims of abuse themselves. So it's like, how then am I a person that nobody knows? I work a normal job. Nobody knows me. What kind of protection is me and my little lowly family going to give me when I come out and go against this big giant?
Everybody don't be so surprised when this person's getting away with this stuff for years then. You are creating a monster and enabling his behaviour. And it's not a coincidence that he's finally getting taken down when you put your name to it with receipts. That's not a coincidence. That would have happened earlier. It's not a coincidence.
Wait, there's no guarantee that they will get taken down. You're going on that as though it's a given. What are you talking about? No guarantee.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Ah, come on. Knowing full well what black people have gone through in the judicial system, this is what your take is?
It's black on black.
Tell the truth. You'll be exonerated. No. Tell the truth. You'll be helped. No.
All right, fine. But then just... all right, fine. Then just let people get away with what they want then. That's the case.
How it
no,
works,
I'm saying fine
man.
then. I'm wrong. Just let people get away with what they want then. And cool.
I think, to be honest, I think it's interesting because people in... Like, someone like Cassie, for example, she knows people within the industry. She has more power than an average woman who is essayed, right? And even she didn't feel safe to be able to come forward. I just don't know why a normal person would be able to do that.
It's not about feeling safe. This could be... I'm not saying like it's easy.
Because it affects on my life.
I know, this could essentially be the most hardest thing you have to do in the world. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not trying to play it down or nothing. You're not listening. Listen to what I'm saying. Like... I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's safe. I'm not saying none of these things. I get everything that you're saying, but somebody has to do it because these people need to be stopped.
Which people?
The essayers.
So essentially, you are basically saying down with the perpetrators.
Yes.
All of them.
All of them. Yes. Yes.
All right, cool. I like that message instead.
Yes. Death and destruction to all of them.
Let's focus on that message as opposed to the other side.
You just focus on it. You ask me, don't ask me no questions. I won't tell you no lies.
Wait, what message?
They need to be stopped. I'm not victim blaming or nothing like that. I'm saying these people need to be stopped. They have to be.
But you know why they can't be stopped? No, because you know what? Abuse is such a complicated thing. Because when you think about, okay, let's just use Diddy, right? Let's use Diddy. We've seen Diddy constantly make sure that he is in front and center, always attention, teaming up with whatever newest celebrity there is. Like, he's always there in your faces. So he has done a great job in the perception of who people think he is. Like, the things that people hear now, they're heinous. Even the people have heard that he's a freak, he likes to party, blah, blah, blah. Everybody, all the other celebrities are always like, oh, I never party with Diddy. They never said it's because he's out there abusing people. Do you get what I mean? So he's done a great job. Even when we think about even what he's going down for now, he didn't find out when we found out. He's been knowing, been fighting behind closed doors, which is why he went on that whole tour about I'm brother love. Yeah. I just love everybody. I just want da-da-da-da. He started spending so much time with his family where all we're seeing now was just him and his family. Obviously, Kim Porter died. Sad, R.I.P. But the timing of that and whatever else, and then we're seeing him as, oh my gosh, a single dad, and he's struggling to grieve. And then during COVID, he's doing all these lives with all these people and saying, we just want to spread love here. This man was intentionally doing this thing to the point where then his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend, who everybody knew for years was ex-girlfriend, came out and said, oh, he's been abused. People said, oh, it's just a liar. It's just a liar. That is partly because of the image of himself that he's put out there. It was when people actually physically saw that. The issue of abuse, that not everybody has receipts like that for different reasons. Harvey Weinstein situations, Bill Cosby situations, was things that dated back years and years and years and years ago. And a lot of the women, because that was obviously the film industry, a lot of them felt like they couldn't say anything because their jobs were being threatened. So, do you know what I mean? So it's so complicated. Definitely. But again, with abusers are very, very clever and very manipulative, but they don't just manipulate, they don't just manipulate their victims. They manipulate everybody else around them as well to make sure that if someone was to come out and speak up against them, everybody else wouldn't believe it because of this image they've given you.
Everyone's complicit in these people's behaviour.
Look at people found out Ellen DeGeneres was not a nice boss. Everyone's talking about, what do you mean? She flies people out to, allegedly not a nice boss. She flies people out to the show and she gives people opportunities and blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, allegedly, she's, problem and a half.
She's supposed to be horrible.
Apparently.
Look at that woman that's running around, the black woman that said that got shot in the club, telling people Puffy shot her, Diddy shot her.
No one believed her.
Yeah, but she ain't never stopped. So you see that now when this thing's coming out, it helps. She ain't never stopped. She's been speaking truth to power, though.
How many years do you think she's been doing that for?
Yeah, but she still was trying.
But the reality of it, though, it's about the reality of it because, again, I don't know what she was...
Yeah, go on. That's the point. You just made a counterpoint to your initial argument.
Why?
This woman has been screaming the truth.
She's been doing the right thing
forever, and he is only continuing to get more powerful.
Okay, fine, but she can't stop that. She's been doing the right thing.
What does that tell you.
That doesn't matter. I don't get the point that you're making. She's been the point that I'm making is.
Take a
I don't need to. I don't want to. The point that I'm making is she's been doing the right thing. She's been trying. Whether she's been pissing in the wind, whether her efforts have been futile, no matter what's happened to her, she's saying they've been harassing her with work register. She's been trying. And if there was more people that was on it, then the voices would be louder. She's been doing what I've been suggesting to do. I'm not telling you that, again, it don't need to be easy, even if you don't get results from it. This is not what it's about. She's been doing the right thing. She's been trying to shut this man down. She's been telling anybody who will listen, this man shot me. You get me? This man, who he is, this is who he is. This is what I'm trying to say. You need more people to be doing that.
I can't remember where you stood when it is at the Tory Lanez and the Megan Thee Stallion thing kind of popped up first time. Can you remember?
I didn't stand nowhere. I didn't know whether it was true or not. I found out if it was true.
So right now you don't know what's true or not, but yet you're doing what?
Right now I don't even care whether he shot her or not.
What?
Who, Tory? I listen to Tory every day. I don't care. That's
I just asked you a question. I asked you a very, very pointed question.
Yeah. When
you first heard about the Meghan and the Tory incident, where did you stand and what did you say?
I thought, I didn't know what happened. I didn't know. In my mind, I was saying I didn't think it could. I said, because I thought, if this man shot this woman, he's crazy.
And when it is that she said it was Tory, what did you say?
I can't remember. Well, if you remember, tell me.
No, I remember you basically saying, "Wait a minute, I don't think there's."
You went on Megan's side.
Yeah,
you were
there's more information out there.
Yeah, there has to be more information out there. I still even now.
Now, you are a mind f.
Why? Talk to me. I don't know what point you're trying to make. Go back to Tory if you want to. So let's walk through this so I understand what you're trying to say.
You are screaming, saying, "Speak truth to power."
Yeah.
Because that's the only way these perpetrators are going to get locked up.
Yeah.
Right. That's the only way justice is going to be.
What, do you think Megan's telling the truth? She got shot at some point.
You see what you just said?
Yeah, but okay, cool. There's so much stuff going on with that case. It doesn't have... this is crazy. Yeah.
But you don't even know what's going on in this case, though. And you're already saying, no, put your name to it.
Okay. I don't understand what you're trying to say to me. I'm not being obtuse. I don't get what you're trying to say.
When Megan basically said it was Tory,
yeah,
you were like, nah, there's more to this than that.
Yeah, so why? But it's like, why or how, innit? I want to know why or how.
That's what you did when Megan said what she said. You victim blamed.
No, I didn't. Why can I victim blame? I said I want to know why, how it happened. Like, this guy didn't just...
her?
Huh? What do you mean she got shot in the foot? Something happened. She got shot clearly. I just want to know what happened. I wouldn't do no victim blaming. I don't have a horse in the race. I don't care.
Did you believe her at the time?
Like, it didn't matter to me that he shot her. I didn't care. Like, even now, he's guilty. He's in there. I'm listening to him. I don't care. I listen to people that shoot people every day. I've told you this.
Did you believe her at the time?
I knew she got shot. Yeah, I believe she got shot.
Did you believe it was Tory?
I believe he was there in the car with them. It was one of them. Like I said, it was a scuffle or something. I believe something happened. Yeah, it was one of them. Yeah. It didn't make a difference to me.
Did you believe it was Tory?
I didn't know.
Did you believe it was Tory when she said it was Tory?
In my mind, I said, if this guy, in my mind, I'm saying logically, I don't understand that he just walked up to her and just shot her. So I was thinking, I don't believe the story happened, how the story happened. I didn't say I didn't believe Tory done it. I just don't believe that what you are saying happened. Like, yes, he might have been done it, but the way you are presenting this to me and what happened, I'm not sure if I believe all this.
I think
that's what the thing was.
It's important. I like that you're setting the standard now in this case, because I'm going to remember this because it's going to be fresh in my mind for any next case, because from case to case you change where
but
you stand.
They're not the same. That's not the same thing. This Tory case ain't like this stuff.
You were there saying speak truth to power at all times because you want the perpetrators locked up. At the time, you did not want Tory locked up.
That's not sexual assault. That's not SA. That's not abuse. That's an incident where someone got shot.
Abuse. That was abuse.
So it.
All right, in my mind, it's different.
You're saying it matters when it comes to the type of abuse.
I don't see that as abuse. If they're beefing, they're chopping, they're drinking, he's fucking her bread and he's fucking her. They get in an argument, someone's got a gun, someone gets shot or whatever. I don't know. I don't get mixed up in people's business. I don't see that as the same. I don't look at Tory like some villain or whatever.
No, that's the definition of domestic abuse.
All right, fine, but I'm just telling you my personal opinion, how I see it, innit? I don't look at him like that. I don't see it like that. So I don't see that case like that. I don't think that case is the same thing. I don't see them. What's happening with Diddy, what Jay-Z's being accused of, and what Tory Lane's done. I don't see them as the same thing.
No, I don't think that they're the same in totality. I'm just talking about
in any way, shape, or form.
Truth to power, because you probably don't see the whole Diddy shooting this girl in her head the same as Diddy now kicking up Cassie in this particular case. But you still said the girl has been walking around for the longest while speaking truth to power, and nothing's happened.
right? So I understand. I've heard you say you don't see certain things the same. You said that you don't see that the same as that. I understand that. I'm just talking about the principle of you saying they must speak truth to power at all times. Don't be anonymous.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Now, by the way, you do know that they're not anonymous to the court. Where you are saying it needs to be tried in the court, right?
Yeah,
You're saying that there are dangers.
public
There are
opinion.
dangers. You're saying there are dangers to trying it in the court of public opinion. But you only care about the danger for the celebrity, which in this case is Jay-Z.
That's not true.
No, but you... What are you talking about?
What do you mean I only care about the danger for the celebrity?
You are advocating for the woman to put her name in the public, right? Because Jay-Z's name is in the public, right?
Okay.
Right? So what I said just now was that you are fine with the girl's name going in the public, but not with Jay-Z's name being in the public. Yes?
Why not? Why am I not fine with Jay-Z's name being in the public?
But you've just been arguing. That's unfair. That's what you've been arguing.
I never said his name shouldn't be in the public. Why have I got a problem with Jay-Z's name being in the public?
Sorry, let me correct. You might be right here. I apologize. It's fine with Jay-Z's name being in the public, but also you want the girl's name in the public.
Yeah, he's saying if Jay-Z's name has to be in public, the girl's name should be in public too.
Yeah, my apologies. That is, you're right there. I apologize to you. Cool. And scene end. I don't know how to carry on from here.
It's all on the Discord.
Accountability here. I don't know how to carry on from here.
No, I'll carry on. But I feel like victims being anonymous, like that's their form of protection. It's the same way I talk about when it is that when people say, oh, this black person is a sellout because they went against this and again. And I say, yeah, okay, but if they were to stand up for the truth, how many people are going to care about their everyday well-being? How many people are going to help them pay their bills? How many people are going to help them fund their children go to school? These are the things that people don't think beyond. So this person puts her name out. How many people are actually going to say, do you know what, actually, here's money towards your security? And again, a normal person, an everyday person, if celebrities who are abused by other celebrities who have more money than them don't even feel confident to be able to come out because of fear of their lives, how much more an everyday person who we're not going to know? She might die. We're not going to know her name.
In all kind of conflict, in all kind of struggle, in all kind of oppression, the people that stood up first were sacrificial lambs in that sense. You get what I'm trying to say? They laid there. There's a lot of stuff with changes where we walk around in life. There's people who laid their life down on the line so we can have the freedoms that we are afforded, that we think are normal. It's the same all across the board. Like, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's not about that. I'm not blaming no victims. I'm not saying none of that stuff. I'm saying these people need to be stopped by any means at all costs. And if you're not prepared to take them, you can't be surprised why people are taking advantage of these systems that are set in place and these people are still walking around doing these things.
But I think the issue why that falls into why people will question your messaging is because essentially there's more onus on victims taking down this person than...
Because everybody else is none the wiser. People are propping up these people and putting them in positions of power and making them more power and making them more money, and everybody else is none the wiser. But there's a small group of you lot who know exactly who these fucking pieces of shit are. You need to tell the world.
But it's what you just said though. Is the world loves them and there's a little group. And also bear in mind that, say for example, I'm here. I don't know there's another woman. I don't know the other woman. I don't know that if I come out, if I take the brave step of coming out, I've got to just hope and pray that there's other people that will come out and back me. That might not be the case.
But Esther, that's what always happens when these people get brought down with these cases. It always starts with one person, and then someone else gets braver and says, "You know what, boom," and then you build the case up. This is what always happens.
I get that, but this is why I would want to be anonymous first.
Yes, I don't want to be the first one.
Because that would kill me.
Because I do believe her name is going to be made public. I do believe once it is that you're now in court. Remember, it's civil right now.
Yeah.
It's not even bloody... criminal.
It's not criminal, it's
It's
civil.
not criminal.
Yeah.
But yet you want her to basically risk everything. It's not even criminal. She doesn't have the protection of the...
There's no protection.
I believe if it moves forward 120%, her name is going to be there. 100%.
I'll be honest with you, I'm looking at Jay-Z sideways for saying that he wants her name out there. I'm never gonna lie to you. That don't sit well my spirit. I understand obviously the accusations that's against him and wherever it is, but knowing that you're going to court and you're going to fight this, you will come to know this person. And I feel like part of it feels as though is that you want her to publicly get cooked.
Not just that. Once it is, you put your name out there, that's the radar. Beep, 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 beep,
Exactly.
beep, 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 beep. All right. Go get it done.
Exactly.
And he has the money to get it done.
And also, if it is a case where the lawyers have been harassed, lawyers' families been harassed, what's it called? All the other people are being harassed up and down. I don't know, man. I'm definitely looking at him sideways. And I get, again, that this is difficult for him and whatever the case is. But he's aware, or he should be aware, that the reason why this woman's name is hidden, why she's anonymous in the first place, is because of it's because of Diddy. And allegedly the threats that Diddy has made. So saying that you want me to put my name out there with no... Because if again, his statement talks about, if victims have been a bit... His statement gives a care for victims of abuse.
Yes.
Right. And so this person is saying, okay, let's just say you don't believe you abused me. But when I filed this, I said, Diddy abused me. I'm also a victim of abuse, fair enough. Do you get what I mean? So there's something about, I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me, the whole, put your name out there then, when you know the reason why it is I'm going anonymous in the first place. And furthermore, if it is a case where he has been harassing the lawyers and the people that work there, all that stuff, why do you want my name out there? That don't look good.
Let me be honest. I think I'm compromised. I'm biased.
Not compromised.
Going into these types of conversations, remember, I'm already coming from a point of view where I feel as though Hollywood and these celebrities are part of rings, criminal rings, right? So I'm already coming in already on the side of whatever it is that they said he did it. Right? And that, again, I'll put my hand up. There's no covering that 100%. I even believe that these people are into these type of demonic type of rituals and this, that, and next. This is me, biased as hell. Do you understand? So when I'm seeing it's more than just human affair that's involved here, right? Human interaction, where it could be a spiritual thing involved. Brother, this whole let's put her name up when it's just a civil case at this point in time, I don't know if it is as to why this thing. In my head. And again, I'm compromised. I'm biased. Good morning, Stacey.
I'm saying these people need to be stopped, and people are saying I'm bugging. You know what I'm trying to say? So then when I turn around and get ignorant, and when I get around ignorant and turn around and say, well, then don't fucking moan about nothing then. Then what? Then I'm crazy.
I'm glad you said it. If you were to be ignorant in such a manner. So we'll just put a pause there. Good morning, Stacey.
No, I'm in the right. I'm on the side of justice. I want right to be done.
I only have one.
Marks, for the first time in a while, I actually completely agree with you.
Oh, thank you, Stacey. I needed that, man. I'm trying that.
Just Stacey lives in America, innit? So girl, I hope you ready to catch that plane if it starts getting cooked.
I think there is and I think we conflate victim blaming sometimes. Like, in this particular context, this is what I gathered from that statement. I don't think, and I wouldn't put it past him if, maybe there was malicious intent there, because I think what we've seen too many times, we've given people benefit of doubt and they ended up being the monsters that people are painting them out to be. But from what I gathered from that statement, was that it wasn't that he's saying you should come out because I want you to be open to ridicule. It was, if this is the truth that you stand behind. And I feel like that statement alone, I got that, but the statement, that part of the statement alone, I understood. That's what I took from it. But the whole statement cohesively, I took away, if this is the truth, I don't understand why you want to say the truth from the shadows. As a victim, if this is what happened to you and I did this to you, people will stone me. People will take away every opportunity that I have. My net worth will significantly decrease. Like, I'll be out here taken for everything. So if this truly is the truth, why do you get to why do you get to try your hand at chasing me criminally and civilly, or sorry, in this case, I guess just civilly, from the shadows, when I'm susceptible to the public ridicule that is going to affect my bottom line, whether you win this case or not. And I think that is one of the weird things about sexual assault cases, because I think at the end of the day, nobody wins. Like, there is going to be a victim. There's going to, on either side, whether someone is proven guilty, whether someone is proven innocent, there's going to be a victim. If a person is wrongfully accused, the person who's wrongfully accused is going to be the victim. If the person is rightfully accused, the victim of whatever happened is going to be the victim. Someone is always going to lose. But we have to call a spade a spade. While the majority of the time, women are telling the truth, there is an element there that there are a lot of women who don't tell the truth, and the people who are on the receiving end of the accusations receive the the negative impact regardless. And I'm not caping for Jay-Z because at the end of the day, we saw what happened with Epstein, we saw what happened with Weinstein, Cosby, Diddy, etc. I wouldn't put it past him if this is what happened. Everybody seems to be out here doing fuckery and it is sick, but I will accept that it's hard to hold someone accountable from the shadows because how do they defend themselves? I personally understand the type of person I am, and I'm like, if my own opinion, if I was her, and I can't speak with my chest from the place of a victim. That's not what I'm trying to do here. But when someone is accusing me of lying, if I'm telling the truth, I'm gonna tell the truth with my entire chest. However, Marks, the part that I disagree with you on is, as a woman, I understand why you probably wouldn't understand the reasons why she may choose to exercise, I don't want to call it a loophole in the legal system, but the loophole in the legal system. Not everybody is willing to put their life, their career, their family, their well-being at risk to go against money, power, and respect.
I know, I'm saying that's the problem. I
and
agree
that
with you.
is
It's
a
fine.
choice.
Everybody's got their choice to make that. Everybody's got their choice to make that. But that's what I'm saying. The issue, isn't it? The victims give away their power.
I agree.
By keeping secrets and emboldening these people and making them more stronger. This is the whole point I'm making. Nobody's saying it's easy. I'm no one is saying it's easy at all. I'm not taking it for granted at all. But how are things going to change?
The emboldened part is separate from this argument, in my opinion, because I do think there's an element of silence enabling behavior, but separate from this. Like, you can't expect somebody to be a victim and also be a vigilante. Like, it doesn't work that way. And I think that, yes, two things can exist at one time. Your silence, because consequentially, it makes us give you more grace, but in the same breath, because you are a victim, you aren't able to be bold enough or be encouraged or supported enough or mentally strong enough to pursue these people or hold these people accountable. I think there's an element there of enabling them because of your silence, but I don't think that's the way that you're taking it. Like, I think there are other people who should be held accountable in that same conversation, and I think there's a long list of them before we even get to the victim. I hope that makes sense.
Do you know what I think it is? I feel like, because there's something you said earlier, but basically, I think it's different. It's different if, so obviously she's filed as Jane Doe, as anonymous, right? It's different if he filed for him to be made to know the identity. But he's saying that he wants her in the filing to be known as who she really is. And if not, then the lawsuit should be dropped. That doesn't speak to the safety for victims that you spoke about in the statement that you put out. If the reason why my name is anonymous is due to threats and stuff like that, it makes no sense to me. It doesn't make sense why you then think that to carry it to, in order for this lawsuit to happen, I must reveal my name. I am hiding my name for fear of my life.
But I think from his
Good
angle,
morning.
Good morning.
You know? No manners.
Sorry, people, man.
Straight into conversation.
Sorry, people. Good morning. Shalom. Assalamu alaikum.
All right, we shouldn't have made you say good morning. Should have just let him go.
His perspective is, I'm being blackmailed. So he don't give a damn because he feels like this is fake. So
Yeah, but
that
he can
fake
file,
person,
though.
get your name out there.
But he can file. But this is what I'm talking about, public perception, though. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But when shit is real in my life, I could give a damn what anybody else who doesn't know a jack shit about me is thinking. And this is my thing, is that they could have filed for the identity to be made known to him. Why do you want the identity to be made known to the world?
Because he feels as though he's being hard done by it and they're falsely accusing him of something. And
Then don't put
exposing
your
him to the
statement.
world.
Don't put your statement that you care about victims and you want victims to get justice. Then.
No, but he don't see that as a victim. You know what I mean? He's seeing that as.
But he don't know what Diddy did to her.
He's seeing
Isn't
that
it about
as I want to
about him, but he's saying
establish equitable risk.
Say again?
Like I feel like I took it as he's trying to establish equitable risk.
Yeah.
If we come out of the end of this and you feel like, again, this is your truth and I actually did this, you should be willing to put your reputation on the line the
I can't
way
believe you
my
guys are.
reputation is being put on the line as your accusation.
I
We
can't
have to
believe
call
you're
a spade
shocked at why
spade.
people think this is victim blaming.
I don't.
This is
I'm not shocked, but I disagree with it
yeah. This is victim blaming
because
101.
it's not
It's at the
Nobody
victim
ain't blaming
blaming.
anybody
is.
for what's happened though.
You
So why
Victim
is it
blaming is
blaming?
but
saying
it contradicts what you said, Stacey, about what's it called? A victim being a hero and a victim at the same time.
no.
You can't say to
Victim
me that
blaming-
if I really want to, if I really believe in the truth that I'm saying, then I must come out. When I'm telling you my life is under threat, I don't understand what we're doing here.
Victim blaming is saying, what were you doing at that party as a 13-year-old
No, there's different types of
girl?
victim blaming. No, that's not. That's one type of victim blaming. Putting the onus on victims to be the ones to get down, to be the ones to bring revolution and bring justice to an abuser is victim blaming. Saying
No.
that this woman should be brave enough to put her name out there to be the one to stop him. You want her playing superhero and being the victim at the same time.
And what's that? That's not victim blaming. What's that blaming her of?
He's establishing an equitable, what he
what's that
feels
blaming
like
her
is
of?
an equitable trial.
You're saying that if she doesn't put her name out there, people are gonna continue to get away with that.
Saying that
That's
her
true, though.
putting her
The
name out there is the
onus
end all
on the
be all.
victim
I'm saying
to stop
that
people
I
doing
can see
evil
how that's
things.
victim blaming.
What are you blaming him of doing?
You're getting onto her to do the most, right? I can see how that's victim blaming.
It's not a victim blaming. It's
It
everybody.
is.
It's even the victims, even the people around him, his staff, his friends, or whatever. You are enabling people's behavior.
But this is the thing. There's different
That's not victim
forms
blaming.
there's different forms of victim blaming, though.
How do you not see that as that?
Because I don't.
How do you not see this as that, Stacey?
I don't see it as victim blaming because it is. I don't think, this is my opinion of what he's trying to do here. He's trying to say this is not equitable. I'm going to lose regardless because people will not. The truth will never set me free in this case. So God forbid you come out to be lying and I come out to be innocent in this situation. I'm taking losses regardless. So if this is the hill you're willing to die behind, do so without the luxury of being able to live in the shadows.
But that's
I don't
the
see how
thing,
that's
though.
hard to understand, which
You
is the
can
nuance I'm
file.
talking about.
He could
When
have
you are a
filed for the identity
celebrity,
to be known to him and his team, his legal team. You don't
I
want
don't think
that.
it works like that. I could be wrong. I don't think it works like that.
You don't think what works like that?
I don't think it works where it's selective anonymity.
No, it's not.
I
It's
think
not
that
selective
that's-
anonymity. Is he would have a right essentially to know. He has a right if he wants to say that he wants to know the victim's identity.
I think the options in this particular instance would have been he would know the victim and this is settled discreetly, or like as in settled as in this doesn't even make it to the public sphere. Or she goes to the public sphere and he's asking that if it's going to be public, let the whole thing be public, not selective parts of it. As in, you get to accuse me out loud, but you as the accuser gets to be quiet.
No,
Like
so
I can see why somebody would be upset about that.
I asked Chat
Because
about this.
Yeah.
Which is why I said what I said. But basically, a defendant can, he says, in most legal systems, the accused party has so that would be Jay-Z, has a constitutional or procedural right to confront the accuser and prepare an adequate defense. Fair. Then it says, as the case progresses, the court may order the plaintiff to disclose identity to the defendant. So the court can order her, Jane Doe, to disclose her identity to Jay-Z, often under a protective order to prevent public disclosure. What he's asking for is public disclosure, which is why I'm saying that I have to look at that sideways, because you didn't have to go for public disclosure. Because the reason why she didn't go for public disclosure in the first place is due to threats of her life.
But I'm saying if she was under Jane Doe in the case, it would have to be disclosed to him and his lawyers in the case who she is without making that public information. Like,
No, at
how
the
do
moment
you
he
fight
doesn't
a
know who
case
she
without
is.
knowing? But that's what I'm saying. How do you know how are you meant to fight a case without that context? The moment that they bring this case to light, or they're threatening to bring this case to light, that to me still is like a what do you call it? An advantage side of public disclosure that he's trying to fight. Does that make sense?
No, not to me. Sorry.
You're
I don't know if I'm not picking. If I'm not getting your point.
Am I wrong?
No, I don't even know what you said to me if you're wrong. I don't know if I don't think I'm understanding what you're saying, because what I'm saying is that he could really just ask for, because he doesn't know her identity at the moment. So he could file for him to know her identity.
This bit.
So Crod Crow says, what stinks is Beyonce's mum liked to post about this, then came out talking about she got hacked. Yes, that was also on Word
This
on Road.
bit.
So basically, let me read you what the post said, what the headline said.
Man.
Because I do have that as well. That was going to be in Word and Road. So, oh crap, hold on.
Jeez, sneak peek at one of the exclusive.
Oh, bye. Crod Crow knew what it was. It ain't that exclusive. Where is it? Because basically the headline basically said, it had the word rape in there, 13 years. It basically was everything was the headline, right? And she liked it, and then she's come out now and said that
Where's
she
13 year
accidentally,
old come from? That girl that gave that account about the party was 13.
at the time when she went, yeah. Okay, so the headline, so it said it was on ABC Chicago, and it says breaking news: Jay-Z Diddy named in lawsuit alleged rape of girl 13. Please look at how big that is. Look how big that is, yeah. And she liked it, but then she came out and said I was hacked. That's not how hackings work. She said I was hacked. As you all know, I do not play about my family, so if you see something uncharacteristic of me, just know that is not me. And then she says, please stop playing with me in the caption. No weapon formed against my family shall prosper.
Wow.
At one point, Solange was weapon formed against him.
She was the weapon.
She had the weapon. To be fair, I put that down as old people not knowing how to use Instagram. But yeah.
Sorry, Stacey.
No, you're fine. I just think there's an element of unfairness that happens when it comes to these cases, and I don't think it's like a hill to die. And I've said this many times. I'd much rather side with the victim and be wrong than side with the assaulter and be wrong. Like, I'm not, in no way am I trying to victim blame or advocate against the experience of the alleged victim. But I can see how a lot of times how men either A, can't understand, or the system is set up against these things, because you have to think about how in a universe, let's just say this were to be proven false. Like, think about the impact that it has, not just on people like Jay-Z, even normal, regular civilians, regular people in society who are victims of false accusations, that once they're proven innocent, nothing happens to the person who accused them. Like,
Do you know what it is?
And I think that should be something that when you're considering, again, going against money, power, and respect, that should be a part of your decision. That should be all things considered, in my opinion. But I know that it's ultimately up to the victim to decide because of how the laws are set up.
Do you know, I'm going to do a Brent, and I think I am biased as well. I think I'm corrupted. Do you know why I'm corrupted?
Come on.
Because
Welcome.
really and truly, yeah, when it comes to sex assaults accusations, that's everything that comes under that. For one, it's not taken seriously. Two, victims are not really believed. If in the event it is reported to police or whatever, even the police time and time again have said how they don't act fast enough, they don't do what they're meant to do, they dismiss it. There is so much internal sexism even within the police force. It is not taken seriously enough. If people are not convicted, even in cases where they have all the receipts, where they have the underwear, where they do the rape kit, where they do every single thing, it's not taken seriously enough, and victims don't get justice the way they ought to. For me to be like, oh, it's I know it's damaging. It is damaging for the party that went through what they went through, and it's damaging for the accused. I understand that. However, though, I will always believe a victim until proven otherwise, because there's more damage there, in my opinion. There is more damage there. The number of people that are proven to be liars compared to people that actually did it is so low. It's just so low. But when these things happen, people want to draw for that minority. And I'm corrupted. I can't understand that. I can't empathize with that. I can't give any kind of grace or even attention for a second to those kind of arguments. I'm just not going to do it.
So she was referring to people that make false accusations.
Say again?
She was referring to people that make false accusations.
Yes, but what's the number of people that make false accusations compared to people that actually make the right accusations?
That's the wrong way to look at it.
To be
It's
honest,
not the wrong way to look at it.
Because obviously
not
you want to deal
a-
with the people.
I'm not
What about the people that make the false accusations
why
that
it's
want
not
to
the wrong
ruin
way to look
people's
at it?
life, that are lying?
Do you know why it's not the wrong way to look
that's
at it?
all right because people are actually getting assaulted. That's fine.
Do you know why it's not the wrong way to look at it? Because every time someone comes out with an assault, claiming assault, that is what they're first told.
No, but
If it's a thing where people say, do you know what, there's people that make wrong, wait, I'm going to be quiet, then fair enough. But what happens is we end up getting into victim blaming. We end up getting into, we end up getting to all different levels of victim blaming. And then people are trying to be
and
silent.
it's a
And
horrible
that's
circle
why.
because there's grey areas and people muddy the water. So even though what you're saying is true, so because that's happened, it's totally fine for women to make up accusations against
I've
men.
never said for a second.
It's what you're saying.
It's not what I'm saying. How are you going
You
to
just
put
said
words in
you're
my mouth?
biased.
What are
Okay,
you
I
talking
don't
about?
put words in your mouth, but you're not trying to hold them accountable in any way, shape, or form because real cases are not taken seriously. Is what you're saying.
I haven't said anything close to that.
All right.
I have not said that if people make false accusations, in what world would I sit here, have empathy for victims, and then in the same breath say, if you made a false accusation, that's okay because other people are getting assaulted? That makes no logical sense.
But she made a reference to that stuff, and you said you're biased
She's
because
saying that because that happens, that is why you've got to question victims. And I'm saying that is a problem. Victims cannot come out and say that this is what's happened to them, and because of the 1 in 10, I'm making up statistics, so not today, but because we've got these statistics of where people are, where it's very little chance that someone actually lied, we're going to dismiss for that. That's what I'm speaking. I'm not speaking to people who they've made a false accusation. It's been proven they made a false. I thought that there should be jail time for that. That's my opinion of that. But I'm not. But my issue is that because of those, that's very, very small number of people who do lie. Whenever someone comes out and says this, they either say they're money hungry, or they say they're lying, or they say, yeah, but he was your boyfriend. Yeah, but you've had sex with him before. They make all these excuses that dismisses it. That's the problem.
No,
if it's a case
I
where people
think
know that, yes, there's people that have lied, there's no issue. That how can I have an issue with the fact that someone's lied and there's consequences for that? That's a crime. Lying against someone like that is a crime. I understand that. However, the problem is that that is what people draw for. Whenever a victim comes forward, that's what people draw for. They're just money. Look what people did to Cassie. This girl was with that man for
Case in point.
12 years. And she came out and said, this is what people said, no, why did you go for civil? You're just money hungry. This is what they're doing, trying to tear a black man down. She's the type of lady that likes oh yeah, but she's probably enjoying the sex. She loved the lifestyle, blah, blah. The video came out. What happened after the video came out? Yeah, but we didn't see what happened before though. We also didn't see what happened after though. She probably did. She probably so many excuses.
Why is
because
that
again,
shocking?
wait, sorry, Stacey, 1 second. So many excuses because again, that mindset of, there's people that lie. What is the number of people that lie compared to people that are telling the truth? What is the number of people that lie compared to people that tell the truth, have all the evidence, have receipts, have text messages, have videos, have a true confession, and then they're convicted? That is the problem.
Yeah, you always talk about party, remember?
Those statistics don't matter
always
if
talk
the
about party.
pendulum, no matter how the pendulum swings.
Oh,
Like,
evidence
are you going to
came out
have that
and
same
nothing
argument
happened
if the
still.
person is proven to be
I don't think you want to
innocent?
do this.
Sorry, Stacey, Brent and Mark are talking whilst you're talking. So I need to hear what you said.
I'm saying those. I'm not saying those statistics shouldn't be considered, but we don't consider them on equal sides of how the pendulum swings. Are you gonna argue those same things if the person is proven to be innocent? When people have been founded falsely accused, those who have been found falsely accused, was it not people who were trying to get them for money? Or get them so I think that is a smoke that comes from the fire. But I think when it comes to victim blaming situation, it often gets conflated with actual victim blaming.
I don't think so. There's different ways. In the same way, there's different ways for someone to be racist. There's different ways for someone to victim blame. The one way of victim blaming is you asking someone what were they wearing. Another way of victim blaming is saying, okay, why did you go to his house if you knew that he fancied you or whatever? What else did you expect? There's victim blaming also is then saying that but people lie, so we're not really going to believe you until this, knowing damn well what the conviction rate for this
blaming,
is.
that is
Buzzwords
doubt.
and then weaponize them and start changing
No.
the meanings on man. All them things that you
Yeah.
said
I'm
is
not
victim
changing-
blaming.
I'm not changing meaning.
If I said why is she wearing that? That's why did she
That's
go there?
victim blaming.
Why did you was in the room with him? You was
Do you
in
think
the
that's
bed with him.
victim blaming?
Yes, all of that's victim blaming. So that's what I'm
What
saying.
you're
Don't change
describing,
the
Esther,
meaning
is
on me.
doubt.
No, but no
Me
one's
cha-
changed the meaning.
No, because
Meaning.
then me saying people that have been abused should come out
and face these people head on is not victim blaming. I'm not blaming nothing for them. This is after the fact. I'm talking about moving on after the fact. I'm not blaming anybody for anything that happened to them. So don't throw this term on me and weaponize this term and just use it. It's ridiculous.
Do you know what's interesting?
If I said, oh, she wore this, oh, she was flirting with him, oh, why did she go there? Oh, I heard she's promiscuous. Oh, all that stuff's victim blaming. I ain't never said none of that once. I'm saying people that's been assaulted should come out and make these people pay for their crimes. Don't tell me I'm victim blaming nobody.
Wait.
What's man talking about?
Let me just break down the different types of victim blaming. So you could let me know if any of this falls into this. Please listen. You help me too, Emmanuel, right? Everybody's listening in the room. All right. 1, make the victim feel responsible for the abuse they experienced. 2, create psychological distance between the victim and the blamer. 3, rationalize a failure to intervene. 4, create a psychological defense against feelings of vulnerability. 5, have severe negative impacts on the survivor's healing. And 6, lead to increased experience of self-blame, shame, anxiety, post-traumatic stress, disorder, depression, and suicidal ideation. Does any of that fall into this?
None of what I said, no.
Oh, serious?
I don't think so, no.
I don't think
Stacey,
so.
none?
I don't think so.
How about rationalize
I
a
think-
failure to intervene?
I think
That's not that. I'm not
That's
rationalizing
not
failure
fair.
to intervene.
I
No?
think
How about-
rationalizing a failure to intervene is you saying, but you didn't force him off you. You didn't tell him to stop. You did not go and pursue it immediately
Obviously,
after it
just wanna make things
happened.
up
How
and
about
weaponize
you're
it.
This is
saying-
speaking the truth.
Yeah, how is what you're saying different to
I
what
don't
Mark was saying
understand
about
what
what
you're
you're Mark saying about
saying.
speaking the truth?
Someone, it's not about, you're not questioning her speaking the truth. Someone is in doubt, and victim blaming is two different things. In this context, it is two different things. Victim blaming, to me, I understand the definition. I'm not challenging it. I'm saying you cannot say that someone cannot have doubt, especially in the court of law. You have to prove within reasonable doubt. And I'm not saying that that negates the person from the truth in their experience. That is not what I'm saying. But there is not enough room to prove doubt from the other person's side, the alleged, not the victim, the other person. I don't know the words, the legal term for it.
Defendant.
But the person, the defendant's side. Again, this is another point that I tried to
No,
make.
don't move on to the next point yet. Don't move
No,
on to the next point yet.
I'm not moving. This goes exactly with what you're saying. If we were trying to, victim blaming has gotten to a point where I feel like when it comes to the involvement of how we deal with sexual assault cases, it's been stalled because out of fear of calling things victim blaming, I think there's a lot of legislature, a lot of things that we can do to aid women who have experienced sexual assault that we aren't doing because people fear that it is considered victim blaming. I know rape kits exist. I know therapy exists. I know all these things exist, but I feel like when women do so, we subject them to, if you do go and get a rape kit, if you do go and do it, you must do so with the caveat that you are pursuing it criminally in that moment. I think women should have the option to say, you know what? I'm not mentally in a place where after I've experienced this, I'm ready to make the decision of whether I want to pursue this criminally, civilly, whatever the case may be. But I should still have the choice to go and get things like rape kits, to go and get things like sexual assault therapy, etc. And if in future I feel like I do want to go against money, power, and respect, these things can be used as evidence. I think that will empower a lot of women to maybe when they are ready come out in ways that today's legislature does not enable them to speak the truth. We haven't explored that because we label everything as victim blaming when, at least in America, we are built on proving beyond reasonable doubt. So you must ask these questions. And men, a lot of times, and again, I'm not caping for them, do not get to ask these questions because the immediate response is, you are blaming the victim. No, I'm trying to defend myself.
All right, cool. Thank you so much so far, right? I appreciate the manner in which is that you are breaking down this particular complex discussion. And you're so clear, crystal clear, 100%. Now, how about create a psychological defense against feelings of vulnerability?
Can you elaborate on what that means?
You
Where
asked me.
I'm
I just popped this up.
I need to read. The words are not in front of me,
looks-
so I
these,
can't read
these
it over and
collection
over
of
to try to
words
process it.
together
Again,
look like it may
no, because
qualify
you-
for what we're talking about.
no,
This
because you
might
just-
be.
I'm
this
not
might
arguing.
be
just
the
want
one.
to
I just
like I
need
said,
to
you
read
just
it.
want to weaponize words.
Max,
I don't need to wait. I don't need to wait. I don't need to wait. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait.
How are you saying? I'm talking.
I'm talking
You
now.
don't want to wait.
I'm talking now. Me
Mute your
saying,
Nah. How could you
Then
say
talk then.
my voice doesn't matter? Nah.
then.
That's crazy. No, that's crazy
Yeah,
though.
go ahead, I'm
Why
sorry.
are you silencing me though?
go on.
I feel like a victim now.
That's fine.
Sorry.
Nah,
You're a big
forgiven.
boy, you
You're
can take it.
forgiven, man. You're forgiven. I don't know. These collection of words together, this might be the one. Like maybe the previous one. All right, cool. We can agree to disagree because I can hear my point and I can hear Stacey's point, and she's so eloquent with it. Yeah, but this one, this might be the
Say
humdinger.
it.
Creators and
Can you send it to me as a text so I can read it? Because I think that's part of
me too.
part of
I
me
need you
struggling
to like because this is like
Say it again, though.
create a psychological defense against feelings of vulnerability.
Create a psychological defense against feelings of vulnerability. I don't think that I'm doing that.
No, what does it mean?
I don't know. It's scary.
So
That's
you
what I'm saying.
making
Don't
a point.
weaponize these things. That's it, provocative. Because if at any point I said your silence, yeah, is contributing to future victims,
You did that.
I didn't. I did not. No, I didn't. I didn't.
Wait.
You
Stacey,
said
did
she
that?
has the
Stacey,
responsibility
did you
to
do
have a
that?
victim, and it's
I
not
never
going
said
to
they have a responsibility. I didn't use those words either.
my
That's a big bar.
God.
You said that.
You did.
That's a big bar.
I'm saying,
You
yeah.
did.
I'm saying, yeah.
You said that was enabling.
I'm saying, yeah. You lot should share your experience. You know what I'm trying to say? It's not pressure.
That's
I'm
a
saying you
separate
lot
point.
should share
said
your
no pressure.
experience. Yeah, no, I'm not telling you. Lot, I'm not. That's what say. You have to use the words because then you can weaponize it. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not weaponizing the words. I'm not telling you have to do this to stop people because if you don't do this, people are gonna get
Mark,
more
you said
people are
it.
gonna come. Then you can tell me I'm victim blaming. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, like I said, I know it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not taking it for granted. It's not willy nilly. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying somebody somewhere has to step out first so we can stop these people. That's totally different. Like.
You said that her silence is enabling, and I agree with you.
No,
How
no,
is that
no,
different
but-
to what you
no,
just
but that's
said?
different,
You
though.
didn't
I
say
said
that.
all the neighbours, not just sides. I'm talking about
you
their
shouldn't
friends
be
around. Because I said
repeating-
when I used the word neighbours, not just the victim. I'm talking about their friends around them. They're people who know what they're doing. So I'll put that all in the
Yeah,
same thing. And
which
they are
continues the
enabling these people.
cycle.
They are enabling this person's behaviour.
But we did get to a
So
point where it was
that's what
said
Brent is
that
saying.
if she doesn't speak, if a victim doesn't speak out, then the person just can just go on and carry on doing what they're doing.
But that's true.
No, but enabling someone's behavior is different to causing someone to do that, though.
yeah, but then that's
don't
the
think that's
interesting
what they're
about
trying
the
to
English
say.
language because saying that a victim
But
not
is it not
coming
true
out.
though?
No, but wait, let me finish my point. Say,
Back again, you know.
saying
Sorry,
that
let me put the-
saying that a victim should come out to speak against what they're doing. This is why I stated the whole about the victim cannot be the one who a victim, and there was a word she used that-
Vigilante.
Yeah, exactly. So that's been the narrative of that she owes it to prevent him from carrying on doing this, to speak out on what's happened.
It's not that she owes it, but it's the fact that this
But
is a
if you
problem.
say, okay, wait,
Everybody cares so
This is-
much.
No, but
innit?
this is semantics.
Don't we all want it to
this
stop?
This is semantics. If you say
No,
that,
everybody cares so much.
Wait,
Don't we all want it to
wait.
stop?
If
None
you
of us
say-
here are in favour of sexual assault,
Listen,
right?
wait. None of what you're doing right now is working.
Your tools
if you
are
say,
crazy.
Brent, hold on a second.
Hey,
if you
what are
say,
you talking about?
no, wait, yeah, I don't know what we're doing here. I'm not gonna forget my thoughts. If you say, yeah, if you don't come out and speak out, this person's gonna carry on doing what they're doing. How is that different to you saying that they don't have a responsibility? You're saying if you don't come out and speak about it, this person's gonna carry on doing this. Essentially, you have a responsibility of speaking out to avoid this person from doing what they're doing. What are we doing here?
I now
Same
see
thing.
the point that you guys are trying to make. I still disagree, but I can see how you derive victim blaming from that. That's
Thanks,
not the angle I was coming
hallelujah.
at.
When you
Thanks,
do it.
babe.
Yeah, I
Babes.
can see that. I still disagree, but that's because that's not the
That's
angle
all
that I
right.
was
You can
coming
still
at.
do that. It's all right.
I just
It's all
like
right.
to see the point of how we
yeah,
got
yeah,
there.
yeah,
Margs, what
That's
they're
mine
trying
coming
to
from.
say
That's
is
what we want.
the way that you phrased it was that it's their enabling is a cause for them to continue their behavior. So as an effect, more people are impacted. What I'm saying is they're enabling in the sense that if you don't speak, no one corrects them. I'm not blaming you for the experience of the next
And that's
person.
what it is.
That to me is victim blaming. But I'm saying silence is inherently enabling. So I guess that is a two-edged sword. I can see how you can make an argument out of victim blaming in that case, but that's not the angle that I'm getting at. I can agree to disagree there.
You know, it's so full circle crazy how
Isn't
I'm
it?
now forcing people to say, look at the definition! Look at the definition! Sally was getting roasted yesterday.
But I think but I think equally,
Pardon me for trying to distract the conversation. Sorry.
no,
Good.
equally, my point still stands. I think we haven't evolved when it comes to a legislature, when it comes to dealing with sexual assault on a healing level, prevention, because a lot of the time these buzzwords cap the conversation. Somebody in the chat was asking questions about like the girl was 13, like where were parents? Like I think the R.
Victim
Kelly
blaming.
thing. No, we quickly say that, but I think that in that conversation can evolve beyond the quick what you call it shutdown of victim blaming. Nobody is saying that, but how do we
Lord.
teach young girls to carry themselves in a safe manner when things happen? We shouldn't just wait till things happen to us as women for us to then learn how to carry ourselves in situations. That doesn't make you responsible for what happened to you, but it does teach you things that you should look out for, ways to be safe, and oftentimes the victim blaming word cuts the conversation before we get to do that. I think parents, especially if you have children who are in pursuit of careers in entertainment, or you have children who are in these areas like LA, like Calabasas, where they're interacting with celebrities or celebrity adjacents, where they can find a way to finagle themselves into these spaces that can present risk, need to teach not just us as adults, but even children, things that you should look out for and ways to communicate to get yourselves out of potentially something that could happen to you. And we don't have that conversation enough. We got to the point where we say, come together, leave together. That evolved from somewhere. Somebody must have gone out with their friends. Something happened to them because their friend left and didn't make it a point to check on them. So how come we can't have that follow-up conversation without people screaming victim blaming? Yes, there is an element of that where people can be wrong and they are victim blaming, but we have to still learn from these situations and create new preventive practices. Otherwise, we're never going to evolve, and these things are going to keep happening.
if
No, wait.
people-
I got going. I'm so sorry. I'm going to forget what I'm going to say. I agree with you in that there's a lot of important conversations to be had with these things, and I get that you say that if someone says something and we say it's victim blaming, it cuts the conversation short. But don't you think that when someone expresses something, the kind of question that's asked after that does cut the conversation short? Because if we're having a conversation about this 13-year-old girl was raped, and the question is where were her parents? How is that
is
not
victim blaming.
No, but that in itself cuts the conversation short, because that's essentially that is victim blaming. Whether you want to agree is victim blaming, whether you think that people are rushing to call something victim blaming, that is victim blaming. If someone says I was raped and you say what were you wearing, that is victim blaming. No. If you tell me you lost your job, and I say why were you shit at your job, am I not saying to you then that I'm assuming that you were shit at your job and that's what's cost you your job? I understand that there are important conversations to be had. Absolutely. Absolutely, there need to be, and you're right in that it shouldn't just be when bad things happen that we have this conversation. Absolutely. However, though, if someone comes forward about something that they've been through, in this case, sexual assault, and the verses you want to go with is, what were you wearing? Where were your parents? Where were this? Where were that? That is victim blaming, because you're not meeting that victim. You're not meeting that victim with the grace and attention that you should first meet them with. You're meeting them straight away with blame. And the issue is that, again, because people don't like to read, they answer that question in the lawsuit. I actually read all 21 pages of it again, because obviously it was the same thing as when Diddy was, and it just said celebrity A, blah, blah, blah. And in there, it did say that the girl lied to her parents about where she was going. And then when she called her dad to come and pick her up from wherever she was stranded at, she said to her dad, basically, I lied to you about this is where I actually wanted to do, and this is where I end up, and and whatever else. But when it is that we're having this conversation, do you know what it is about this topic of the day as well? We've spent most of the time talking about how it is that victims should come forward so that they can be the one who saved the day and they can be the one to take down their abusers. We spent most of the time talking about the victims.
Someone's got to do it. It's not just about the victims, it's about everybody involved. You get what I'm trying to say?
But we
That's
haven't
why
talked about everybody involved though.
comprehension levels are mad. People are going to receive. People are going to. Man can say things, and people are going to receive it
So
how they
put that
receive
back
it.
up,
Yeah.
please.
So I can't control how people receive things. I'm of the opinion, that it is totally two different things. Me saying to someone, your silence, is going to cause more people to get abused. And me saying your voice and experience is going to help us stop this person.
And do you think
I believe they're two totally different things.
I hear you, but do you think that's a conversation to be had right now, or do you think that's one of the other important conversations that we need to have afterwards?
What is the conversation that you want us to have? I'm not saying
I wanted
that
us
we're
to have the conversation that was on the topic of the day, but we spend most time victim blaming today. Nicole
what is the
says
conversation?
Nicole says she's pursuing this in court. This is taking a stand. I'm assuming she's bringing a civil case because a 20-year-old rape case is damn near impossible to prove. And from what I believe, individuals can't bring on criminal cases anyway. That's why Diddy's as well started with a civil case, and then the state said, "Hey, we're taking this up." And that's the thing, because we're talking about how victims should take a stance and they should do blah, 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 blah. Coming forward is that. But again, like we have spoken about, how many people come forward and are dismissed? How many people come forward even with the torn knickers, with every single thing that they can, with text messages, with even the abuser saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I did that to you." And then what happens? Nothing. That is taking a stance. We spend most of the time telling victims to rise up, as if
her point doesn't make sense, because in order for you, the difference between a criminal case and a civil case doesn't mean that you don't have to prove that the person did it. It just means that when you're pursuing it civilly, you're looking for reparations might be the wrong word, but compensation for the damages. So like you still have to prove yourself. So I don't understand what she's trying to say here. Like
she's saying that she did take a stance. So basically, saying that victims to come forward and blah blah blah. She's saying she has come forward. That is her coming forward.
But
and what she can do at the moment is file a civil case, and that's what's been done.
Is she saying that there's a statute of limitations that prevents her from pursuing it criminally? But then why would Jay-Z then say pursue it criminally if the statute of limitations has passed?
She's not saying that. She's just basically saying because it happened 20 years ago, she doesn't have proof.
Yeah, it'd be more
well, that's my point.
That's why
Jay-Z wouldn't tell her.
What does it
and
make sense?
I'm not agreeing with anyone, but I'm saying, but if she couldn't, if the alleged victim could not pursue this criminally, Jay-Z would not have told her in that press release that she should also pursue it criminally.
Yeah.
Her point, the way that Nicole has phrased her stance, to me, very much leans on you're saying that she's taking a stand by pursuing it civilly because it's been 20 years, so she can't pursue it criminally. But yes, she can.
So because Jay-Z said that she should pursue it criminally, you're assuming that she can pursue it criminally, because why would Jay-Z have said that?
Limitations must not have passed.
Because Jay-Z said that
she should pursue it. He wouldn't go and say you should pursue something criminally if there's no possibility to pursue it criminally. What do you mean, why wouldn't he? He would immediately be discredited.
But maybe he got that wrong. Maybe it is not possible. Like, there's so many, just because he says something, it's not factual.
That doesn't make sense. Like, if
what you're saying isn't making sense to me. So you're saying that they should have pursued it criminally then?
If that's the point that he's trying to make.
No, but I know what point Jay-Z is trying to make. I don't care about the points Jay-Z is trying to make, because Jay-Z also wants the victim's identity revealed to the world. So I hear what Jay-Z is trying to say. I don't care about all of that. I'm trying to understand why you think that what Nicole said is wrong, because what Nicole said is that she has taken a stance filing this lawsuit, and furthermore, the reason why she may have done civil is because it might be difficult to prove that criminally. So I don't understand
saying that in order for you to get any type of compensation in a civil suit, that doesn't absolve you from proving that the person committed those actions, because you would have to prove they commit those actions for you then to be justified in receiving the compensation that makes it a civil case. That's the difference between a civil case and a criminal case. A criminal case
more
is saying
goes into a criminal case for sure. There'll be more evidence and more work that has to go into a criminal case. However, though, seeing as people settle civil lawsuits because they don't want it to be pursued criminally, I don't think it's a waste of time going civil.
I'm not saying it's a waste of time. I'm saying both of them still require you to prove that this person is not innocent.
Yeah, but different levels of proof, though. So if what I have available to me right now is enough for civil, why would I go for criminal when I know that I might not have enough for criminal? I will go for the one that I know that I'm likely to win.
Okay. That's neither here nor there. I'm saying I didn't understand her point based on that, but it's fine.
Is there anybody else? Is that it?
Stacey, as per usual, this has been a
Thank you, girl.
fantastic discourse. I really appreciate when it is that people jump on and give I think a counter to any conversation that is represented in the room at present. So I appreciate you greatly, Stacey. Thank you very much for taking the time and patience going through that.
Thanks, Stacey.
No problem, y'all. Toodles.
Bye, girl.
All right. Please remember there is still an alleged victim, an alleged what do you call the opposite?
Defendant.
No.
Or
Daisy.
accuser.
No.
Oh, there's
victim
Daisy.
and
Plaintiff.
perpetrator. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
perpetrator, sorry.
Alleged victim and alleged perpetrator in this mix, and we don't know all of the details just yet. But obviously, now that it's dropped, we are going to know more. As the days and weeks drag on, we will keep you abreast.
Yeah, I'll definitely let you know whether the judge grants her face being out there. It's just, anyway, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Because you know what's so funny as well? Is people have been waiting for, obviously people have made the link as well to Cat Williams. I don't know how though. You remember when Cat Williams talking about all these rich, powerful celebrities have ugly looking wives or light skin looking wives, something like that?
Big dick deviance. He was
I can't imagine that's what he
was
said.
specific. And he said, yeah, and TD Jakes too.
Yeah.
He actually mentioned TD Jakes' name.
But how does that imply Jay-Z there? I never watched that interview and thought it was Jay-Z. People are now out here putting clips together.
Because what, Beyonce's like skin?
How can you?
First of all, Jay-Z is Beyonce's husband.
How can you
Beyonce and
lose a
Jay-Z's
civil case
wife.
because something like this, yeah, and then not be brought to criminal thing afterwards? Like this stuff, like Conor McGregor just paid out the money and stuff the other day. If they've deemed that he's guilty and he's done all this stuff, why can't there be a criminal case against him?
Because again,
I think
it depends
on the jurisdiction in
that state.
the state. I think it's New York, so we will find out. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Obviously.
No, I mean just even in general, it's like.
But then also as well, because it's also about state money and stuff like that. So they might not think it's worth it. So say, for example, more women come forward now and whatever with Jay-Z's and they've got a lot of accounts and whatever, it might now be worth it. Unfortunately, that's how the world works. It might be worth it going to court for this. But if it's not, if it doesn't make sense with the people's taxes to spend all that money on a case, it's like a to what end?
That's what I'm trying to say. But once it gets the money, is justice served?
If she gets the money. As in, if he pays the lawsuit.
Or if he loses the money. I'm saying, look, like I said, we had it the other day just with Conor McGregor. He's still walking around there. He got guilty. He paid the money. That means it was a presumed guilt. That means he done it. Yeah. Like now what?
Now we know you're your creep.
And so now, but what though?
But I think the person might not. Obviously, I'm taking it with a grain of salt. But the person might not care necessarily about the world seeing them as a victim. They know they've been victimized by that person. I just want my money because the world won't care.
But you know what it's about?
It might be that sort of approach.
Even with that, it's not even necessarily like the money. It's more of an admission. And that's what it is with people that have been abused. Is more like, I need you to acknowledge what it is that you did to me, because for the most part, you're denying it. You're denying you did that. And I think the world looks at it as oh, money, blah, blah, blah. But really and truly though, because even with this girl, she's like suffered depression. She's like, it costs people a lot in terms of their livelihood, in terms of the quality of life they're going to give. Whatever money that anyone's ever paid, the money that Cassie was given is nowhere near enough for what it is that she went through. So money really can never really quantify what abuse does to people. Do you get me? And I say people because I'm saying men and women, because I know some of you are all up in arms this morning, but whatever. But do you get me? To people in general, like there'll never be enough money. But again, it's one form of justice, because if we don't have enough to go to court, and sometimes victims will be like, I want to see them go to jail. And your lawyer's saying to you, yeah, but we don't realistic. If we do that, it's going to get dismissed. And that will just be it. So the closest chance we can get is to do a civil lawsuit and have them admit that this is what happened and pay. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, it's almost like you got to take it where you can. And if criminally as well, people are not really convicted the way they should be and the way it works, and that could take years and years and years and years and years. And all you really want is closure. To know that, yes, what happened to me did happen to me. You can, like, I can look you in the face and know that I got justice. Because now people see you for what you are, and this is now on your record.
I hear that.
You know
what
it gives
the thing
that.
is, yeah? Obviously, I don't want to change the subject and make it about something else. But and I do believe that I think most people that do have these accusations and stuff, right? Allegations, like those people are actually telling the truth, the victims, right? But obviously, there are a certain amount of people who are lying. But my question is basically, and again, this might be for another day. How does somebody defend themselves if they know they are lying, that the person's lying, and this is just an attempt to blackmail and extort them? What would you say is an adequate way for that person to defend themselves?
Go to court. I don't, because I'm not dealing on an actual case. It's difficult to say, but there are ways to do it because there's people that have done it before.
Yeah,
to
so.
Marx's point, speak truth to power, right?
What do you mean?
That's
As
what
in
Marx is
that
suggesting.
person?
Yeah.
Not the victim, the other person.
Yeah, the one
that says they're innocent.
the one who said they're innocent and the other person's lying.
But we live in a world now where, and understandably as well, yeah, but we live in a world where people say, okay, yeah, that's fine. They won in court, but I still don't believe them because most victims won't lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that person...
No, you asked the question, like, what does the person do when
Yeah.
a liar is tarnishing their name?
Mm-hmm.
What else can you do but what Marx said, which is speak truth to power?
Tell the truth.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm trying to say to you. And basically, I'm trying to see it from the perspective of Jay-Z. Let's just say he was innocent, yeah? And you just know, you're minding your business one day and someone is trying to blackmail you. It's never happened. And you're hearing how disgusting this crime is. I feel like most people would go out of their way to say the wildest thing to that victim. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's crazy that someone can just put that on you if you didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But I think this is why people obviously believe it, because like, why would you put that sort of thing on me? You know what I mean? But I don't know, in those situations, what does somebody do to convince the world that no, I can't allow this sort of accusation to be something that,
there's nothing you can do once it goes out like that and it goes into the public eye. Like, it's in the public forum and the discourse is happening all over the place. And people have made up their minds. There's people that are on one side that are defending it and presuming him innocent. And there's people on the other side of the aisle that don't need to hear nothing and they're saying he's guilty, but everybody's biased. The people that are defending him are Jay-Z fans or got this thing that obviously, like
Beyonce
tearing down the
fans.
black man or Beyonce fans or whatever. The people that are defending him have been salivating for him since Puffy. They've been tweeting about him since Puffy. He's going to get his day ready to so they're not trying to hear nothing. Like, they know what they know, innit? There's nothing you can do. People are just going to make up their mind, and it's like what Brent's saying. You just have to just tell the truth and let it play out, and the truth will come out at the end of the day. That's why it's better to probably just reserve judgment until we know all the information, until we see what happens.
But this is why I think a lot of celebrities just pay.
So, when...
It depends, but Kevin Hart said, I would tell my wife myself, I'm going to record the camera, I'm going to sit in front of the camera before you get any penny from me.
Yeah, but that's cheating. That's it's only it's like his marriage was at risk, not too much so the money.
I hear that, but then there's other people who...
like that. Like this Jay-Z thing now, yeah, even if he gets guilty, even if he gets innocent, this kind of stain and this kind of scandal don't really rub off on you.
I don't think so, because what the conversation is now that's been had is that if he's found innocent, is that he's now changed the game for how these things usually play out. Is that he essentially is going to make an example of this lawyer that people are saying does this all the time. And then what this is going to show other celebrities is that don't just settle if you believe you're not if you believe you're innocent, fight it instead. So
that's true, but
actually going to bring a revolution.
Jay-Z's in a unique position. He's so high up on the totem pole and where he stands within his life that he's not necessarily... The people that he's underneath and are slaves to are much higher. Like, them little brands are not dictating what he does and what he earns in it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, so it'll be much harder to ruin his stuff. He has ownership in things and whatnot. So I think it's a unique experience. Somebody else that's getting paid by big corporations and stuff like that would have lost half of their income and earning power already just of the scandal going around in a few days. Do you get what I mean? But he can afford to be stout and and stand up and be defiant how he is and whatnot because he's in a different position financially to people.
Would you say that he is in a kind of a parallel or comparables like situation to Diddy? Because Diddy said he didn't do crap.
Yeah, but
Diddy said he repented.
I don't know. I don't know Diddy's business dealings, but from the looks of things, what was his biggest thing? Ciroc. And he wasn't on. He don't own that.
Revolut, Ciroc.
Yeah, I don't know. He seems like
Revolt.
What do you call it? Revolut?
Revolut.
What's Revolut?
Banking or something.
I was thinking, what is he in that as well?
My bad,
I don't know
everyone.
the ins and outs of their business in it, but I feel like Jay-Z, it feels.
And R. Kelly did the same thing too. He said,
Yeah, but R. Kelly was unsigned to labels and stuff. R. Kelly's way lower down on the top bar from that. You get what I'm trying to say? People in them positions that's a slave to these corporations, that's who's funding you and making you your money and giving you your things. They can just turn around when they see all the stuff that's going on online and turn around and say, yo, you know what? We got to cut ties. We got to boom, 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 boom. These things happen, innit?
Yeah, I think it might be beneficial for him if this is happening, because obviously just before a month or two, the whole Piers Morgan thing where this
Jaguar,
woman
right?
jumped on there,
I'll be honest with you.
they're smuggling
Brent,
children and all
Brent.
sorts, right?
I mean, when the news broke, I said, I wish they didn't sanction Jaguar right to be quiet. Especially since we're talking about all these months.
So that happened, and their lives continued. I mean, I don't know if did Beyonce come out and try to parade for Kamala Harris?
Yeah, she did.
she did.
She and Kelly.
Yeah, so there were
did
public
Destiny's Child
appearances
thing.
and whatnot, and I do believe during that time, Jay-Z would have known that this would have happened, because as soon as that particular lawyer got contacted and his name was there, 100% he's contacted Jay-Z immediately. So whilst all that was going on, he's doing his due diligence, and I understand what you're saying. If you're an innocent man, if you're an innocent woman, and you're in a position of power, and people are slapping allegations against your name, 'cause I believe that's one day that might happen to me.
God forbid, don't even say that, man.
What?
Because it's one of those things here that destroys you, man.
But if you're not doing anything,
No, it
No,
destroys
and
you,
that,
man.
what
The
I'm
same.
what I'm saying is that you cannot prevent that from happening.
Yeah, and if it
Because
was to happen,
social media, a random account can just pop up and say this. Do you
Yeah.
understand? And as Mark said, the only thing you can do is speak truth to power, right?
but you'll be so vexed in the way you would say it. You know what I'm saying? Like
All right. So how would you?
why don't you put yourself in a position?
Yeah, let's do that. So you've placed yourself in a position.
don't
And
mind
you ask if he gets hot
like
and bothered.
how
This is
would you
hypothetical.
convince us?
It's
How would you
not bothered.
convince us? Would you take the
convince you lot.
no, not us?
I'll just tell you I didn't do it. That's it.
No,
You lot should believe it.
Not us. Because you know, sometimes I don't know what you guys people do in your spare time. You know, you always say that.
Oh,
Always
boy.
say that. I don't know what you
I'm
do
only
in
funny
your
what
spare
you
time.
guys told me. You
That's
told me. I don't know what you do in your spare
I said,
time.
what?
The most I can
Yeah,
do, the most I can do, I'll let you know I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. Right.
No, but that's true though, because at the end of the day, you can't swear for nobody, bro.
You can't.
You can't. Like, you think you know people, and you think you know their characters, but humans will shock you.
What?
You can't.
That's a
no
shock.
no one in this room is a pedo.
No.
Impossible.
Amen to that.
Amen.
Yes,
wait,
it's
wait.
impossible.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Oh, God.
See, sometimes you can say that, right? I am not even going to open my mouth and say stuff like that. I don't know
Stuff
what
like
you're
what?
doing. I don't know what you're doing in your spare time. I'm
I
not
would be
vouching for anybody.
flabbergasted.
Of course, anybody will
I'm
win.
not vouching for anybody. There are some people who come and no. Hypothetically, like people could basically be in your presence, right? And they could have this particular mentality when, all right, in this country, it's 18. But in another country, 16. I'm going over there and I'm pamming and not feeling bad about
And
it.
they do, you know.
That's,
You understand?
that's diabolical. But
Okay.
it's
And I swear there's a new word for it now.
So you're saying there's some people that they're not chopping 15-year-olds just because they're not allowed?
It's because other places
100%.
it's allowed in other places. It's
Not because they don't want to or anything. It's
because they're not legally they can't.
yeah.
Well.
By legality.
Can I say as well, with all of this stuff as well, Diddy's lawyer, I wonder if this changed, because I just think that's when you're in certain predicaments, certain people defending you or like adding to the conversation, personally I just think that takes away my credibility, and I'd rather you didn't say anything. So Diddy's lawyer obviously released a statement in regards to this, and he said, this amended complaint and the recent extortion. So amended complaint because obviously previously Jay-Z was named as Celebrity A. So this amended complaint and the recent extortion lawsuit against Mr. Busby exposes his barrage of lawsuits against Mr. Combs for what they are: shameless publicity stunts designed to extract payments from celebrities who fear having lies spread about them, just as lies have been spread about Mr. Combs. As his legal team has said before, Mr. Combs has full confidence in the facts and the integrity of the judicial process. In court, the truth will prevail that Mr. Combs never sexually assaulted or trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor. So, yeah. I just think, using this as an opportunity to say that you're once again innocent is interesting. People think Diddy's still innocent.
I think there are plenty of people who think that.
Okay.
Then it's just silently rooting for him. Some are not silent.
Yeah, I think the celebrities are silently rooting for him because they know that their shit's gonna come up.
No, I think they're using the Dr. Umar route. I don't think they can do innocent, but I think that what they're saying is that there's a higher.
Oh, did you see that clip?
There's a higher thing at play in it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Destruction
Like
of the black man thing.
Yeah. So whether they and I don't know. That's a tough stance to take because it's like what he's saying is if they was playing along and feeling happy, it would all be fine. It's like everybody's just enabling their behavior and allowing them to get away with this stuff for years. It's because
until they crossed them.
It's because they was toting the line, and then now they've crossed them. They're making an example of them, and I suppose that's a conversation to have. It doesn't absolve anybody of their actions. It doesn't make them innocent, but there's a bigger that's a different conversation if that's the stance that you want to take on it. I don't think it makes man innocent, no.
And I think that's the interesting thing though, because whenever people bring the counter arguments, even like what we're talking about earlier with Stacey as well, like. It's like I feel like there's a time and place for these type of conversations. But if, for example, someone comes forward and you're like, when the whole thing with Diddy happened, the people were like, oh, it's because he tried to take Ciroc down, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I hear it, but he still allegedly did what he did. It doesn't change facts.
You got to do it after the fact because it's like when people talk about this stuff and people say, where are their parents? Yeah, which is I think it's a valid question. It's a valid question, yeah.
Absolutely.
But it speaks to your mindset because if we're dealing with this issue and that's what you're going through, then in your mindset saying you're not trying to deal with the problem now. You know what I'm trying to say? You're trying to find. You're trying to divert attention and trying to do things. And I think that's what it is. I think let's deal with this issue first and let's sort out what happened to this girl first. And then we'll start pointing fingers and holding people accountable for what happened or trying to get to the bottom of these things or whatnot. It's the same with Diddy, that and all that. Let's find out if he done all these things first and sort this out.
Then we'll talk about how he's been to
and then we'll talk about how they're trying to bring down the black man and the things that they're using and all that. You get what I'm trying to say? So,
and that's always my thing. And I think that's why people then would use the word victiming because it's like, you've heard these heinous things and the first thing you thought about was, okay, but where were her parents? Okay, but if her parents were there, does that make it better then? If her parent was the one that dropped us to the party, does that make the situation better then? Like, what are we talking about? Okay, they're trying to take the black man down. Okay, he did try to buy Ciroc or I don't know what he was trying to do with Ciroc or whatever the case was. Okay, but then does that then excuse all the things that's been alleged about him? No, it doesn't. I feel like we just don't know a time and place to have these conversations, but it'll be interesting.
We'll keep you abreast, people.
We sure will.
Into the headlines.
Yes, please. Do you know you got 30 minutes?
All right, people. So the Housing Secretary, Angela Rayner, has said that overhauling planning rules to bypass local authorities will remove chaos and subjectiveness from the system. The plan changes will give local authority planning officers the power to rubber stamp development proposals without permission from council committees, as long as they comply with locally agreed plans and national regulations on standards. House builders have broadly welcomed the streamlining, but Conservatives have accused Labour of ignoring communities. Speaking to the BBC's Sunday with Laura Kusenberg, Rayner told councils to get your plans in order as the government targets its manifesto pledge to build 1.5 million new homes. Next headline, and the Home Office has abandoned the previous government's plans to use a former prison site in East Sussex as asylum accommodation. The Conservative government bought the derelict North Eye site in Bexhill for £15 million in 2023, more than twice what the seller paid for it a year before. See how... Sorry. This is how they squander your money. You people just talk about, just increase the tax. We need it. That's what I'm talking about. Last month, a report from the NAO, the National Audit Office, found the Home Office cut corners and made poor decisions while under pressure to stop housing migrants in hotels. In a letter seen by the BBC, the Home Office Minister, Angela Eagle, says that the government has now made the decision not to progress with the site. She also said, we are very conscious of the need to ensure best value for the taxpayer, and progress in the site would have taken significant time and further remediation and operational costs. The NAO report said that the presence of asbestos was known about before the sale was completed, with the estimated cost of repairs at more than £20 million. The letter, which was dated the 9th of December, said that steps will be taken to ensure that the onward sale of the site is carried out appropriately and the correct market value is reflected. Next headline, trigger warning on this one, and a 15-year-old girl was fatally stabbed while standing up for a friend who had wanted to get back her teddy bear from her ex-boyfriend. Elaine Andam was attacked while on her way to school by Hassan Sentamu, who was 17 at the time, outside of the Whitgift shopping centre in Croydon. Yeah, in September of last year, 2023. Mrs. Sentamu chased after Eliana, yeah?
So it's Eliane. There's Eliane here, but I definitely was Eliana. What's Eliane?
Eliane, cornering her, stabbing her repeatedly with a kitchen knife before running away and disposing of the weapon. He previously pleaded guilty to manslaughter, but is on trial charged with murder, which he denies. The prosecutor, Alex Chalk KC, said that the defendant, who's now 18, did not deny wielding the knife and causing Eliane's death, but had pleaded not guilty to murder on the basis that his responsibility was diminished due to what? Autism.
Why do you want us to repeat that with you?
Because,
why did you say that?
I'm sorry, guys.
Why did you go?
You say it's mental health?
What the hell?
I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me
I
sometimes.
don't know.
No, because you've got an animal out there who's killing people, want to blame his autism. What are we doing here? Sorry. Anyway,
Well.
Mr. Santami also denies illegal possession of a blade, claiming that he had a lawful reason for carrying it. Jurors were told that they would have to decide whether the defendant's autism offered him a defense in law and whether it provided an explanation for his actions. Mr. Chalk said that the prosecution acknowledged with compassion the challenges posed by autism, but he told the court that the condition did not amount to an excuse, justification, or defense for Eliane's murder.
That's so horrible. Her poor friend as well, you know.
Sad, man.
Having to live with that, like, that's so horrible. I hope she's getting help. That's so horrible.
And that's it for that line. It's time to pay the bills.
All right.
Should have just finished a minute.
Yeah, I think it should.
Let me continue, guys. Trigger warning on this one. And former U.S. Marine Daniel Penny has been acquitted of a homicide charge for putting.
Can you remember seeing that video
What the
on the train?
I
No.
don't remember, you know.
Oh, okay. He choked.
Oh
somebody
yes,
up.
I remember now. I remember. Yeah,
Yeah, some time back.
yeah.
He choked somebody.
Yeah, homeless man.
Yeah.
He choked a homeless man.
No, but apparently he was being aggressive
The homeless man was being aggressive.
to other.
Yeah.
to
Oh,
other
this is
people.
America.
Yeah,
And then he shot the homeless guy.
No, he just got him in a choke.
Oh, was it? Did the guy die?
Yeah.
I think I remember this actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, man, he's been acquitted of a homicide. Yeah, he's been acquitted of a homicide charge for putting a homeless man in a fatal chokehold. A case that sparked weeks of protests and reignited debates over race, mental illness, and public safety. Jurors deliberated for 5 days before declaring Mr. Penny not guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in the death of the 30-year-old Jordan Neely on a New York City train on the 1st of May, 2023. The verdict, which was announced on Monday, was met with loud applause in the Manhattan courtroom, and Mr. Penny appeared to smile whilst his attorneys hugged. Mr. Penny's lawyers said in a statement later on Monday, "We couldn't be more pleased that a jury of Danny's peers acquitted him of any wrongdoing. New Yorkers can take some comfort in knowing that we can continue to stand up for one another without sacrificing our rights or our freedoms." Mr. Neely's father, Andre Zachary, was removed from the courtroom for yelling after the verdict. Chants of no justice, no peace could be heard echoing from outside. "It hurts, it really, really hurts," Mr. Zachary said in front of the courtroom after the verdict. "What's going to happen to us now? I've had enough of this."
It's sad though, because there's so many like things in society where there's so many groups of different people that are looked down on for their circumstances. It's because he's a homeless guy. Sorry, but you can't use excessive force, and you're a trained Marine, so you know what force is excessive and what isn't. Same with the police that we talk about all the time. You're trained, you're professionally trained. You know damn well what to do, and how much of a threat was it where the only way you could neutralize the threat was to actually kill the guy.
This is where I think choosing the what do you call it, the crime is important. Because manslaughter, they probably would have got him in it.
Yeah,
But
and that's
murder?
the thing. But it looked like clear murder though. That's the crazy part. Because again, as a Marine, you know that this is going to kill him. You know damn well he's gonna stop breathing. But honestly, people that are homeless, they're not seen as human beings. People don't see them as worthy of some form of quality of life. It's sad.
Very, man.
R.I.P. to the guy, man. That's horrible.
Next headline, trigger warning on this one as well. and a criminology student butchered a woman by stabbing her to death in a random attack on Bournemouth Beach after researching methods of murder. Can you imagine? Winchester Crown Court was told yesterday that Nasser Saadi, who's 20, has a fascination with knives and enjoyed horror movies. He's accused of murdering Amy Gray, who was 34, and attempting to murder her friend as well, Leanne Miles, at Dirty Chine Beach in West Undercliff Promenade on the 24th of May this year. Jurors heard that while the defendant from Croydon was studying for a degree in criminology, he asked his lecturers a series of questions about defences for murder, which led one of them to ask him, "You're not planning a murder, are you?"
Oh.
Imagine.
You didn't know.
Sarah Jones KC, prosecuting, said that Nasser Saadi has, as he walked along that promenade and thought about the culmination of a plan he had worked on for who knows how long, but which he has spent the last couple of nights walking through and researching.
You gotta have the death penalty. What, like, come on.
It's terrible. Terrible.
So, cases like that, not the false accusation ones, but not the one where you just think you're gonna go and blame a random black guy. No. Cases like this, where there's people that come forward and say, yeah, he was actually asking how he can actually get away with murder.
Get him out of here.
What are you doing here?
It's a damn shame.
Watch him get 10 years, something crazy like that.
And our last headline, police in Altoona, Pennsylvania have detained a man who's suspected of the fatal shooting of the United Healthcare CEO, Brian Thompson. So members of the New York Police Crime Scene Unit photographed bullets lying on the sidewalk as they investigated the scene outside the Hilton Hotel in Midtown Manhattan, where Brian Thompson was fatally shot. The man in custody was identified by New York City Police as a 26-year-old man by the name of Luigi Mangione. At this time, Mangione is considered a person of interest in the case that launched a nationwide manhunt and sparked heated discussions about the state of for-profit healthcare in the United States. Police said that he was found with a ghost gun believed to have been used in the killing, as well as a fake ID and a handwritten 3-page document indicating his motivation. NYPD Chief Detective Joseph Kenny said that the document in Mangione's possession indicated some ill will toward corporate America. During the press conference featuring the NYPD police chief and embattled mayor Eric Adams, police said an employee at McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania recognized Mangione from photos made public by the police and then called the local authorities. That's how they got him.
Brent, have you been looking, do you know about this case? There's a lot of conspiracies I'm seeing online, but I need to delve into it.
Mangione.
I should have never asked you. I should have never asked you. I'm seeing stuff about the guy was even richer than the CEO.
Oh, is it? Which guy?
Apparently he comes from a rich family.
You mean the shooter?
Yes. They're saying he comes from a rich family, went to a great university. So apparently he's not he comes from a very well-to-do family and stuff. And this is what's the stance he started to take in life.
Wow.
So it's a whole conspiracy. People are like, he's either a plant. People love that one. Or he wanted to get caught and stuff. It actually seems very interesting. It seems like one of the things we're going to have a Netflix show about at some point. So I actually I'm gonna
Has he been arrested?
Yeah, they got him.
And then they're saying as well, like, how he assassinated that guy so clean, but how is he right in front of cameras all the time? So he either wanted to get caught, or it's not actually him. It's a prison break situation. They switcheroo. Who knows, man?
You never know.
Let's see.
Yes, that's it for the headlines, people. Time to pay them bills.
Asking for a
That's a
friend.
good friend now. Okay. Okay. So someone who is age 21 says, "Hi guys, first I'd like to say thanks Esther for saying hi to me the other day. You may not remember me, but we met briefly on the road and I said I listened to TDA and you were very nice and warm to me." Oh, I think it was outside my hairdressers. I can't remember. So again, thanks. Secondly, this isn't really a dilemma, just more of a question. Do you think in the black community there's a cap of who someone can get even if they max out their looks and stay natural? For example, the caliber of women Anthony Joshua gets attention from without him having to try hard is great, and they like the way he looks, his face, etc. But let's say a 5'5" guy with nappy hair and a pot belly went to the gym, slimmed down and got a trim, and he's maxed out his looks, he still wouldn't get the attention from women that Anthony Joshua is getting. Basically, AJ Bummy is 8 out of 10 to some, but that guy went from 2 to 10 to 5 to 10. Is he hopeless? I'm asking because I think that's like me. I am sort of low-key jealous of a lot of my guy friends because I like some of the girls they get attention from, but those girls don't like me. I'm the meaty one in the group and we all play basketball and I'm the one in the team that don't really get girls as often or as nice as they do, even though I try to shoot my shot. I have a good 9-to-5 job, earning near 6 figures in my first year, but I'm just curious as whether this is a thing I'm just going to have to live with. Hopefully you get it.
Firstly, stop calling yourself meaty, man. When you do
Well,
that,
mean to
you've lost
yourselves.
already.
Huh?
You can't be calling yourself meaty, man.
What if you're meaty?
Don't matter. You can still get girls, man.
Yeah, you can, but that's just a
No,
realization.
but you call yourself meaty, the confidence drops, and the girls you could have got go.
You could be meaty looking, but not be meaty as a package.
Yeah.
As a person.
This is true.
You get me? So for real, he does need to stop doing that because he needs to be confident. And obviously, you earn 6 figures. You need to show some of that.
Yes.
You need to show some of that money. You get me? You need to let them know. Well, go on. A lot of this stuff is not really about looks and all these things. There's levels out here. Like, I don't know why you're comparing yourself to Anthony Joshua. He's ex-heavyweight champion of the world. There's things that he's achieved that you could only dream of. So you're never gonna get the caliber of women. Huh?
21. You don't know his dreams and aspirations.
No, but he's not gonna be heavyweight champion of the world. That's what I mean. There's certain things. I'm not saying he can't achieve nothing, but I'm saying there's things that Joshua's achieved that he ain't never gonna achieve. You know what I'm trying to say? Like everybody's got to stay in their lane. It's not just about looks. You need to have.
Yeah.
You just need to have value in that. I think like class and these things and status and money and all these things are worth more than looks.
And I think, and that's really what it is. Because if it's who I think it is, you're better looking like than Mick Mill, for example, right? Mick gets a lot of attention. Mick ain't bring nothing but fries on his lap.
In the pool, innit?
On his wet lap and tweets about he's not gay to the table, but yet he gets a lot of women. It is a status and popularity thing.
Yeah, he's Meek Mill. He's done a lot of shit to be in this position. There's a lot of men with status and popularity that ain't particularly old paintings. You know what I'm trying to say? They're not exactly easy on the eye, but they do their thing.
I think saying someone's not easy on the eye is one of the most brutal insults. You're a sight for sore eyes. What? I think it's so rude.
That's terrible, man.
Yeah, but
I think it might just be a confidence thing. I feel like I don't think guys understand that women can. You can kind of tell how a guy feels by himself by when he approaches you and stuff. I think it's a confidence thing. Like if you're earning 6 figures and like you got cool friends, you must be on their level, right? So I really think it's just a confidence thing.
Plus, this guy's what, 21, isn't it?
21.
21, 6 figures.
What job are you doing?
Your back will straighten up when you realise what your 6 figures can do.
But if you
Bro,
care that much about
opening
gal,
doors.
if you
You
care
know
that
what
much
I'm
about
saying?
gal, just live a certain lifestyle and get money and you'll get Johns.
But you don't. But you don't.
But he
you
wants
don't
the real
wanna-
ones. They don't go
you
diggers
don't
there.
wanna-
You
yeah.
don't know. Don't speak for him. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what he wants.
That's fair.
There's all different levels of attraction out here, different level of things. I know, like, you need to be honest. I can't remember what, because I usually saying on this pod out there, there's certain levels, like, certain man don't never deal with paintings. There's certain level of gal that you ain't never gonna buck. Like, there's certain things that I don't do. There's certain circles that I don't move in. There's certain gal that I am never going to get. You know what I'm trying to say? They're not in my wheelhouse. I don't frequent in the same places. I don't eat in the same places. I don't talk to the same things that they do. I'm not in that lifestyle, in that things that they do. And these Johns are leng. And it's not that I can't get. It's not like I can't get them because I'm not attractive or I'm not good looking or whatever it may be. I'm just not. You get me? That's just not my story. You know what I'm trying to say? If I wanted that, if that's what I wanted to aspire to, then I know the things I'd have to put in place and the places I have to go and the things I have to do to achieve that kind of, do you know what I'm trying to say? I think that's just for everybody. Yeah. You get me? But there's nothing stopping you from moving up in the world.
100%.
You get me? That I don't think your looks are the...
And I think Esther said as well, like the whole confidence thing, man. If you like move with no confidence, like you're done at it, man. Like no chance. Even a girl that's like, respectfully of course, lower in levels than you, probably won't find you attractive because confidence is everything, man. So I think you need to recognize, obviously, with like in life, as much as obviously women like looks and all that sort of stuff, they like confidence more, I feel.
Yeah.
Confidence and your ability to just be useful. You know what I'm saying? Like utility and confidence will get you everywhere. Basically, you know what I'm saying? And I think you got the 6 figures sorted, 21 years old, you got an amazing bright future in front of you. Just work on yourself, man, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine, 100%.
Because even at J House gets girls.
Yeah, but that's Huss.
Yeah, but
You just
that's what I'm saying. It's just status and popularity.
it's not just status. It's his talent. He's done a lot of shit to be in his position. He
You
earned
think-
everything that he's
You
got.
think girls want to hear whispered in the ear?
100%.
You think that's what
No,
gets
but
girls
that's
going?
That's what got him where he's gone. I've been to some places like certain like when these rappers come over, certain celebrities come over, certain after parties and that. Like there's certain stuff where you look at like guys. Everybody hates their own. And you think like, oh, American girls, this and this and that. I've seen some absolute weapons from this England, and I didn't even know get like this exist here. Oh, he came out for Homeboy.
Yeah, fair enough.
I get it. They're not coming to my parties, but don't trick yourself. Don't trick yourself into thinking this shit don't exist. You get me? Like there's levels and brackets everywhere. You just gotta get on them. You get me? You can have everything you want in your life, man. Just gotta go work for it. Go earn it.
I think it starts with you speaking to yourself a lot kinder. Like, don't call yourself the meaty one. Don't
At all, man.
What was something else you said before you said pot belly, something like that? I don't know, man. But just don't speak to yourself. Don't speak to yourself like that. But again, do things that will build your confidence. Like, I don't know, go to the gym, have a hobby. Like, just do things that you'll be good at and stuff like that. All that kind of stuff boosts your confidence, even if it isn't directly linked to your looks and stuff. And then, and approach them with confidence, man. How do you know they don't like you? Obviously, if you're going for don't go for your guys' friends, the guys' girls, obviously. But I just think approach them a certain way. Even like maybe the way you dress and stuff. Like, don't get blinged out. Just shout
No, man, spend some of that money you're earning. You earn good. You earn good money.
Good
That's
money.
collateral. You don't need to spend your own. Take a loan. Get a credit card. Amex. Go run it up.
No, don't
Go run it up.
Don't
Do that.
Because the next element was very different. His next element was very different. The credit score too. You can't have that. But treat yourself. I mean,
man.
do stuff like that makes you feel good about yourself. And it works.
100%.
But love and light, babes.
Yeah, man.
Hope that helps.
You'll be fine, man.
Wonderful. I'd ask Brent, but if I'm going to ask for a picture, I'm not in the mood today. So...
No.
Let's get into the reaction.
Right.
What are we into?
Reaction.
Welcome to the reaction, people, where I react to the sports headlines. You're not going to talk about the sports yesterday? Well, I guess you didn't get a chance to with Sally getting thumped up.
Well, Sally actually did a great reaction. They were actually calling for you for Sally to take your position.
Oh, is it?
Some audacity of people.
That's why he's here. Come on, Sally.
No, he's not.
What's this? I don't want to talk about these games.
Yeah, but
then.
to be fair though, Sally, I'm sorry. We can't do what we did yesterday.
Good morning, Sally. Speaking shame the devil.
Going once, twice.
So you just spoke about these weekends games then? I don't need to do this.
No, we didn't, but it's all right.
So what did you do? Why they want to take? Why should you take my job then if you didn't even do the job?
No, it's how he did it. He actually delivered it.
How'd you say that?
It was the delivery, I think.
Delivered.
I feel it was the delivery.
You
Did
feel
you
you know
not
damn
speak
well.
about the games from the weekend?
I was a monologue from me.
Oh.
Good morning, Sally.
morning.
It was a monologue for me. It wasn't a conversation.
What the
Sally, he stopped watching Arsenal when it is that Munya was there.
Okay.
Yeah. So I couldn't
Discourse.
talk to anybody. Good morning, Sally. You have 2 minutes.
morning.
What would you like to tell the world?
I was just listening to this guy that he writ up his dilemma. And
Sally says.
Kevin
All right,
Hart-
cool. What are your
What Sally says.
what's your advice?
Kevin Hart is 5'5".
I love
Don't do
Kevin
that.
Hart.
Kevin's half words. How much team? 100 million. You don't stop the foolishness.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But that's what he's trying to say.
No.
Kevin Hart never had no bitches when he was
regardless-
broke.
Yeah, no, but
Tory Hart will tell you differently.
I'm sure he
He
did.
cheated on that woman.
I'm sure he did.
Allegedly.
I'm very sure he did because Kevin
definitely
Hart and his character.
Not to the level. What's her name? Miko.
Nico.
No, he's not. Brother, come on, man. Like it's all relevant. Like stop being silly. Like what are we doing here?
Nah.
Even before,
Kevin Hart's
Kevin Hart,
character,
since
the
he's
character that
coming
he
to the
has-
game, he's been on a high trajectory. He's been a sought after comedian. He's
Yeah.
done movies. He's done Paper Soldiers. He's done Soul Plane. He's done like he's not like. Don't just talk about Kevin Hart's 5'5". So fucking what? This guy ain't got no
Because-
movies.
No, but Kevin Hart, the character that he has, is the same character that has allowed him to have all these movies and shows, and also the bitches as well that come with it.
First of all, the
He
women.
needs to
women-
come out.
He used those language.
This is not even you, Saleh. Why are you acting for the marks?
This is it.
To my
He
bitches.
was
This is
like
you're not a kid.
No, because if that's what he wants, then
No,
that's
it's
what he
not.
wants.
I've never known you to be. Why didn't you
said
give
he's
the
a man
women
of
what they
people.
wanted yesterday then? I said, right, you're all not racist black people.
Wait, hold on 1 second. I am.
The keto king.
Can you imagine?
Keto Killy, bro.
Imagine. Diversity.
Oh, sorry. I just finished planking. But yeah, nah, he needs to really needs to come out and just be himself. He needs to, first of all, learn who he is, because not many people actually know who they are. A lot of people do things for the sake of other people around them. He needs to learn who he is, study who he is, and then stick to that, because confidence is very attractive. Regardless of like what it might be, how that looks, he needs to find out who he is and stand in that and just don't move from that. And then he'll see that people start gravitating to him, because he's a man of his word and he sticks to what he says. That's it. And he's got the money as well. And then of course as well, obviously we don't know the situation, but he did mention Potbelly. And if he doesn't necessarily have the time to, be spending many hours in the gym, then what I would definitely recommend is he alters his diet. He stops eating rubbish.
Oh, no. Sorry, he hasn't got a pot belly. He was saying if a guy that had a pot belly and wasn't very good looking, then slimmed down and da-da-da-da-da. My bad.
Okay.
Yeah, he hasn't got a pot
So
belly.
he's slimmed down already. Okay.
He is slim. I'm
well,
sure if it's the guy I'm thinking about that I met, he is slim.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing. But health is always very important, and he needs to be a man. He needs to be a man that he needs to also be his own cheerleader. It's very important, because no one else, like, you can't be walking around. He needs to understand that not even from this day, but from the day that he was born to the day of his death, nothing's going to change in terms of his height or anything else. The skin that he's in is the skin that he's got. That's it. That's it. So if he doesn't start seeing that in a positive light now, no one else is going to come and...
He said he damn near earned 6 figures last year. Blow some bankrolls. You get some gal. There you go.
He's...
He missed the alliteration there.
I think
I was going to say that.
about
Missed
the
the
wrong
alliteration
thing.
there, bankroll.
He's thinking about the wrong thing. And as well, like, I personally feel like a lot of short people think or put a lot of weight into height, where...
It is a trending. Height is a trending topic.
Yeah, but it's an internet thing. I know enough short man with gal. Like, the conversations and discourse that we have online is not really stopping people from in real life. You know what I'm trying to say? Like the dating pool's tough out here. Enough of these gal ideally would want 6 foot man, but they're not. They ain't around. This is the 5 foot man, 5'7" man that's providing. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and they will work with what they can. Like, people need to stop pretending.
If he's got the jokes, if he's got charisma, if he's got all these things, he's already got the 6 figures.
Good personality.
It's looking good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You treat people right. You look after them. You open the doors. These things. Just be a gentleman.
To be fair, he's definitely confident.
Be someone confident in yourself.
He's definitely confident. Anyone that says hello to me in public, I've got a resting bitch face like on permanently. I'm not angry. I'm having a great day, but my face is just like that. And he was very lovely.
And you know what?
So yeah, I think.
And the reason I'm saying that I'm trying to lead man down to straight to bankruptcy. You just don't live a certain lifestyle, so you wouldn't even understand what I'm saying. You know
the boys that get it.
Yeah, the boys that get it. What I'm saying is foreign to you. You just ain't got enough guap to even understand what I'm saying.
This is not your tax bracket, Mark.
Yeah, like, you just got to stay out of this conversation. Like, if it's not for you, because it ain't tricking if you got it. It's not for you. I'm telling you, this will bring the hoes.
First of all, yeah, I've heard about useless. Only one person said it.
I'm just saying, it's damn near foolproof. Gal love money and thing and shiny things.
Diamond, we'll do it. It is the girl's best friend.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Saleh.
Thanks, Saleh says.
Yeah, no worries at all. No worries at all. Everyone have a fantastic day.
Wonderful. I was waiting for that. Put a smile on my face. You too, Saleh.
Sorry, Margs.
All right, well, we could just have a little brief reaction, man. There was a few games on the weekend. I know you spoke about them. It was a disappointing week of football. United dropped points. against Forest, which was an upsetting loss. I believe we had no reason to lose that game. It just like a 10, 15 minutes of dead man just being their old self, stupidness, I'd say maybe. Oh, no, which is sad because he's been good recently. And probably Martinez, some of his shortcomings was on display. Yeah, just poor quality. They lost to 3-2 to Forest, but big up Forest. Forest done dope. There were some other games on the weekend. Everybody, they're calling for the head of Ange. Tottenham fans have had enough. They want Big Ange out. They're done. A lot of them are done. They don't want to see this shit. There was 2-0 up at home to Chelsea. They ended up losing the game 4-3. Big up Sancho as well, scored a dope goal.
That is an interesting 180 though. Tottenham fans and Ange, and even the media and Ange.
Just football fans are just fickle and horrible. It's just horrible. You know what I'm trying to say? Maybe it's because he's being so stubborn with his mindset. But when they was playing the sexy flowing football last year and I thought he was onto something, it was fine, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? I don't know. If they lose Ange, where do they go after this? I think they need to give it time. Just saying Ange out is a bit horrible. In avenues as well. Oh, that's mad, because that's what I'm trying to say. At the top of the table, it's all going off. Everybody's shit in the bed. City dropped points at Palace. 2-2. They didn't get it done. I missed that game. That was crazy. Champions-elect Arsenal shit the bed as well. At Fulham, 1-1. I saw something good online, because obviously there's a lot going on about you got set pieces. Again, you didn't score from open play, innit? You scored from another set piece. So someone was saying that, oh yeah, you got a set piece coach. You should get an open play coach. I know you didn't find that funny, but it tickled me.
That's fine. Whatever it is that you need to basically count.
I don't need that. I didn't construct the tweet.
Whatever you need to
I just saw it.
Whatever you need to console you, that's fine. I'm fine.
Console me? Can't console me. Nothing can console me, man. We're losing, man. Shit.
Chelsea played well. And also
Chelsea are good. I told you,
you
lot.
got any exclusives on Mikel Antonio?
I haven't. You know, I should actually do some and try and find out what's going on, because I saw all that stuff going around here. Big up, Mikel Antonio, man. Love and light to you and your family. We hope you're all right. I saw it going on. Remember, he crashed last Christmas or a couple of Christmas ago.
Yeah.
He was on Filthy talking about it. So when I heard it, I was thinking that he just had a crash, if that makes sense, and they were just thinging it. And then it wasn't until I saw images of the car and I was like, oh shit. And I heard they had got air ambulance and stuff like that. So even though they're saying he's stable and he's all right, innit?
But that just means that he's awake, innit?
Yeah, we don't know what condition he's in and what kind of long-lasting effect it's going to have.
He had an operation on his lower limb.
Is it?
And when they say stuff like that, you just fear the worst, innit?
I won't speculate, man. You hate to see it, man. We'll just have to see what happens. But hopefully he's all right and he can continue his career and stuff like that, man. Yeah, it's proper sad. Like I said, I saw it. I didn't really penny it. Not like I penny it, but I wasn't really taking it serious or paying attention.
Sobering to basically just hear a footballer and to see
the
damage
of that car is
sobering.
Is crazy. Like, car crashes can happen at any time. I always think about them things, and it's not even necessarily about you. It's always because it's other people as well. There's fucking idiots on the road. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, safety's not always down to you. You could be a good driver or whatever, but someone else just come and just fuck up your business. You get me? And it's scary. You see them all the time, and you just think, flipping hell, God forbid, man. Just but well, yeah. Hopefully he's all right, man. But obviously, definitely sending out our best wishes to Antonio, man. Because that's crazy. And in our last sports news, they said Lawrence Okolie, obviously he's moved up to heavyweight. He made his debut the other day. It said he's the former cruiserweight world champion, made a successful heavyweight debut at London's OVO Arena, securing a first-round knockout victory over Hussein Mohammed with a well-timed counter right. Okolie, significantly heavier than his previous fights, felt the increased weight benefited his explosive style, allowing for more powerful and sustained rounds. In the main event, Denzel Bentley won the British and European middleweight titles by outpointing Brad Pauls, securing a position as the #1 challenger for the WBO title. Other notable results included David Adelai's stunning first-round knockout on Solomon Dekris and Sam Noakes' unanimous decision victory over Ryan Walsh, showcasing a night of exciting British talent. And that's all we got for today. Haven't done this. Let's just wrap this bad boy up, Brent. thanks for everybody that joined us. If you're just looking at the wrap up, then you know it was a great. You're gonna know now that it was a great show. Firstly, we had a good topic of the day about Jay-Z and the court of public opinion and truth and lies and all that stuff that went on for a little while. It was good discord there. I think you should take it in. In other news, we heard that the UK are saying, Keir Starmer saying it's too early to remove Syrian rebels from the terror list. Yep. It's up
No, laughing at the wrong thing. I laughed at the wrong point. I was laughing at 50 Cent.
What was 50 done?
So annoying. So, Blue Ivy is in Mufasa. She's playing a character in there. So they had a premiere yesterday. So obviously Jay-Z, Beyonce went to support their daughter. And her grandma, who was liking for who got hacked, went to support their daughter. How 50 Cent going to post up talking about, Jay said they said I rapped a kid. Everybody get dressed. We're going to see Mustafa.
Yeah, I shouldn't laugh. 50, you know, it's just 50.
Such
50,
a troll,
50
man.
ain't got no chill.
Are they not friends? He's so annoying. Because he wasn't even like, okay, I've only got one question. Is the Super Bowl, are we going to have the Super Bowl or not? Bro, read the room.
But
Anyway.
in other news, the government, Syria and the government scraps plans for the 50 million asylum camp. These are just scrapping plans. They don't want to help anybody. They don't want to do nothing. We had an interest in asking for a friend. You don't want to check that out. If you want any advice on how to get gal, you know, I done my thing. If you got the right one, make sure you get your money up. Come on. And trigger warning, the ex-Marine Daniel Petty was acquitted for the chokehold of death on a homeless man on the train. I remember that. Obviously.
Mad.
It's mad. He was... I don't even want to get into it, actually. I don't know. It depends. Some people think it's fair that he got acquitted. Some people think that it's injustice and he should be taken. Maybe manslaughter or whatever, not murder. I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, those are the things that happened. And that is the end of our show today. Any more you want to add?
Yes. If you all want to vote for the best chat personality, the best, etc., we've put up, Iman has put up some polls in the Discord. Can you find your way there?
Let me have a look.
And vote. The winners will get something special.
Something special.
Something special.
Unforgettable.
50 Cent. All right.
All right.
Bye, everybody. See you all tomorrow.
Peace
Goodbye.
out, man.